knows it's Lex, and my sleep schedule is wild. I was leaning on my face, I guess, and now I have a nice little cool indent. I don't have the energy at this time to continue the full readings for the collective based on like each of the 12 astrological signs that I use, that I read from. Anyway, because there's so much that I don't know. Anyway, but what I do have the energy for is a planetary update. Because why? Honestly, because I literally just found myself sitting here going, what the fuck is going on? Period. What the fuck is going on? So, I'm not coming here. I'm coming here as I am, as me as I can be right now. And I typically am me when I show up. I mean, I'm not showing up to be entertaining, but I actually am doing everything I can to, how do I say this, like convey that I need to know as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want any, like, it's just you watching and me, and we're here at the same time figuring out what the fuck is going on right now at the same time based on what I have in front of me, what's going on with the planets at this current moment. It is August 14th, 2023. And like, I guess just what I mean by that is like, it's not like I have all this insight and I'm letting y'all know how you can get through this and da 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 da, because yes, we are gonna learn, we are gonna, you know, I'm gonna pull cards as well while we go through this, but like, I'm not stepping into this space with you right now on what's going on planetarily with any preconceived anything of like previously channeled or previously realized stuff. We're literally just going as we go, because a lot of times when I do planetary updates specifically, I have some sort of like, you know, insight already, and I'm really just coming to like spread the word because I'm observing in my immediate collective based on like those I see on socials every day or my friends, family, whatever, and I just want to spread the word that I'm being told and that I'm being shown as far as just based on astrological aspects of where the planets are right now, but also channeled messages. This, I need to know. I need to know, because I'm freaking out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm here calm, I'm chilling with y'all. Alright, we're all gonna breathe. But I have nothing preconceived as far as like insights go with this. I'm just gonna start opening some windows, because guess what? It's daytime. Oh, I thought I stepped on a dog, and good thing I didn't. Okay, so if you're still watching after that preface, pouring some water in my dog's bowl. Let's just get into this, because I feel like there's a lot here to to break down. And I promise I'm not scared, even though my face looks like it. But y'all, what is going on? It's like I wish I could just sit here and tell y'all what has been going on in my personal life, because I feel that vibe with whomever's watching at this time, like that we could just both be like, let me tell you, you know? But I'm not going to do that, because this is not about me, this is about all of us, and it doesn't feel appropriate. But let's just say, fuck, I don't understand. You know, I never quite fully do. No one really fully does, you know? not really supposed to, just supposed to exist and do our best and follow the call. Pick up when it rings. If it's God calling, that is. Not if it's your ex. Just kidding. I don't know. Some of you might want to answer your ex. Some of you might not. Hey. Anyway, what are we getting into? We're just rambling now. Alright, so I'm here. Archangel Michael's protecting this connection, and I thank you so much for this, Archangel Michael. I thank you, God. I thank you, Jesus. I thank you all who love and watch over me from the light. And I thank the collective. I thank Gaia, the sun, the moon, the entire universe, all the planets in our blessed solar system, all life on Gaia, all my family, friends, and loved ones. And, did I say Gaia herself? I think Gaia herself as well. So what we're doing here, angels, y'all already know, I'm sure, is I want to look into these aspects. I have it on my phone right here. Sorry, that's my dog trying to find a place to settle down. She'll settle down soon. Same. I'll settle down soon. I know my lighting's a little, like, it's kind of whiting me out a bit. So I'm not trying to be a freaking huge, you know what, maybe I am trying to be a huge beam of light, you know, maybe I am. But anyway, so hopefully you can look past that. But thank you for being here and watching, and we're going to get into it. I promise. I don't know, I needed to vent. I needed to talk about it a little bit. So thank you for your time. Alright, I want to talk about these aspects, angels, and I want to hear from you, you know, what the collective needs to know in regards to these aspects, and, you know, we're going to get some advice and insights from the cards. We're just going to use some standard tarot cards here, and I don't know, just help guide us through everything going on. I know I'm seemingly lackluster, or like not well, or not focused, or whatever right now, and I know this, I'm aware of it. It just is what it is. I'm a content creator. I'm on YouTube right now with this, you know, but I ain't trying to put on a show for nobody. This shit is not, something and a lot of somethings are too fucking much. And if you haven't been feeling it yet, God bless your soul, because sometimes we be feeling stuff ahead of others, sometimes we be feeling stuff a little bit behind others, sometimes we feel stuff simultaneously. So if you've already been through it and you're looking at me being like, hey, I know, I was just there, there will still be some insights in here for you. But if you haven't felt any of whatever chaotic shit I'm feeling right now, not like in a scary way, but like it's definitely gonna show up in some shape or form in your life, and just be ready, okay? Just be ready. I'm like, actually, like, I'm not hesitant, but I'm just like, of knowing I'm about to get into this, I'm just like, here we go. But I don't want a 1,000,000-hour-long video, so I just gotta get into it. Thank you all for being patient with me. I'm trying. Eventually I'll just do stuff like this live, and then it, you know, it'll make a bit more sense with my little freaking prefacing rambles. But alright, we're gonna do this. I thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting this connection as I channel messages for the collective. I thank you all. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you all who love and watch over me from the light. I love you all, and I thank you all so much. So let's just get into it. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3, here we go. Mercury's in Virgo. Alright. Mercury is comfortable there, right? Oh boy. So, okay, today's the 14th, I was saying. Alright, restart. 1, 2, 3, we're getting into it. Mercury is at home in Virgo. Alright? Today's August the 14th, 2023. Mercury goes retrograde at home in Virgo on the 23rd. So I'm bad at math. Nine days? Did I do that right? Anyway, so 9 days. So we're already feeling the pre-shadow phase. So that's probably got a lot to do with my... it's got something to do with my mental feeling very stuffy. And you know, there's other things. There's biological things that go into it as well, because TMI, but you know, female reproductive parts, you know, they're cooking. They're finna do their cyclical maintenance. So there's that. But just mentally feeling very like blocked. Okay. All that aside, I know some of y'all are like, why do you need to say that? But if you know, then you know. I mean, whatever. And we just had this insane full moon. We're approaching a new moon, I believe, here soon. The new moon will be in... I don't know if the new moon will be in Cancer or Gemini. That's my bad. But... I feel like they're saying Gemini. I could be wrong. Anyway, so we're coming up on a new moon here. But we'll be having another full moon. Before you know it. And so, I believe it's another super moon as well. So, being between those two energies. So, we have full moon, cycle, new moon, cycle, full moon. And being sandwiched in between two super moons is a whole another breed of energy, and energy being like caked on upon itself is how I'm being told to phrase it. Thank you, angels. Also, we just had the August 8th Lionsgate portal, which had some very like, I never sleep on August 8th. I do not sleep on August 8th. So I've been highly stimulated mentally when it comes to energies at hand, back to back to back, and it's in a good way. I feel like I've kind of been, there's been a lot of phases in this year of 2023 that I've had myself and the collective feeling that way, but in different tones and flavors. I feel like I'm highly stimulated yet again because of all these energies happening, and I don't know what that little glitch was, but hello, those who love and watch over me. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting this connection while I channel these messages for the collective. But anyway, thank you all who love and watch over me from the light, is what I meant to say. So, what am I saying? Yeah. This is where words fail me because pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. Anyway, Mercury being the energy of communication. So, for those of you who don't know. What was I saying? Oh, but this time, you know, even though we're sandwiched in between all this energy happening at once, plus it's Leo season, okay, and I'm a fire sun and fire moon, so I'm pretty comfortable with fiery energy, but even be that as it may, it's something. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean. It's something. I'm not saying this is gonna be my most eloquent planetary update video, words wise, but I wouldn't be here if I wasn't called to do it. So we're gonna just keep going. Oop. With that being said, there's a lot of insecurities being brought to light. I'm sure we'll get more into this soon as I continue to go down this list here. but there's a lot of insecurities being brought to light and a lot of insecurities being triggered, as well as being highly stimulated mentally and yet feeling blocked at the same time. Like, it's like a very highly, like, how do I want to say this? Sorry. I have to buy, actually, I'm going to put that in my Amazon cart. I have to buy her new nail clippers because mine broke, so her nails are clicking and clacking more than ever. They grow so fast. Anyway, it's like, it seems like the conditions are perfect for some really, like, big explosive show stopping. Like, I'm actually seeing like a fuse that kind of is like really long, and then like a cartoon bomb, like, pushy thing at the end of it, where like you just push the button and then boom, you know, like everything's set up just right, for something big and explosive in a good way, not destructive, but in a good way. Like, explosive of, like, when I say that, they're showing me more of like, you know, really just bursting out of your own bubble, like in an explosive way, like in your face. Like, I almost want to hold my middle finger up to the camera and be like, y'all ain't me, you know, that kind of thing. Because it's very, I mean, it's not like a nasty ego. Like, I'm not going to go the stereotypical lane here with Leo energy and call it all ego and it's all about me, it's all about me. But in the best way, it's like, conditions seem to be, energetically wise, with these supermoons, with Leo season, with the 8/8 portal, all this stuff, to, like, show up like superhero mode, like in this explosive, like, badass way. But like, a lot of us are staying very sneaky and quiet with our words and our actions and our plans and things like this, because of, one, not wanting to be destructive, which is good, because we know that it could be, based on other aspects of energies involved right now. And so it's been a little confusing. It's been a little, like, it's like a lot of opportunities seem to be being exposed or shown, right? Like Seven of Cups in tarot, where it's just like all these different options. You're like, you know, it seems like a lot of things are showing up miraculously, right? Because of all this very much expect the unexpected energy. I mean, it's always expect the unexpected. Yeah, it's always expect the unexpected. But lately, it's like you really don't see things coming, you know, in a good way. Maybe some it's not exactly good, quote unquote, in the sense that, like, maybe it's someone that reaches out to you, or like stuff that you just didn't want to hear, or someone you didn't want to hear from, or, you know, just stuff like that, or unexpected, like, other things. Like, right now, I'll share one personal thing. Right now we have like some air conditioning, I won't say problems, but it's definitely unexpected what's been going on with our air conditioning lately. But I'm grateful for what we have still. But yeah, that definitely was unexpected. Stuff like that. And, you know, on a bigger, smaller scale, doesn't matter. Doesn't, you know, we don't need to have a competition and compare what's happened to one versus what's happened to another. But either way, it's big, expecting unexpected energy, which we typically, during this time of year, or at least, I won't even say typically during this time of year, but you would typically think, like, if you want to try to, like, rationalize it somehow to yourself, you would think that this would be a really fertile ground to do something big. That's really what I'm getting at here. Thank you, angels. I'm the queen of tangents. I really, really am. But the tangents are extra when pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde is happening. Plus, what are we seeing here? 4 current retrogrades happening as we speak. So, anyway, but again, insecurities are showing. Insecurities are not necessarily holding us back. They are in a lot of ways, but they're definitely being shown to ourselves, and we're either keeping those a secret, or they're being shown to ourselves, and we're kind of keeping them to ourselves as long as we can until we just can't keep it to ourselves anymore, and then it ends up showing in some way, like showing through how I'm talking in this video right now. Like I've said a couple things that clearly just sound like my insecurity speaking, or you're talking to a friend, and then clearly, you know, your insecurities start showing by what you're saying. Or maybe you're a content creator, and then suddenly your insecurities start showing by how you're behaving on social media, or how you're posting, or just on and 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 on. Okay. So it's that's what makes it tough right now, I guess, is what I'm saying. That's one of the things that makes it really tough right now, is that we want to shine, we want to explode, in like a look at me and all I can be, and you know, I'm not trying to get poetic, but you know what I'm saying. And or some of us are wanting, depending on your aspects in your chart, some of us are wanting to explode, like in a way of like, you know, telling people like it is, or just like, you know, in a way that's very like protective and almost defensive, but more offensive, of being like, this is who I am, F you, F you, F you. You did this, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do me, and this is me, and you know, just really like middle finger in the air type energy. Okay, this is like what we all like. What we are almost. Some are expressing it, and some want to express it, but are choosing not to, and some need to express it, because it is collective. So we're all different. Okay. Or crying. Okay. And some of us are choosing not to express it because of either fear of destruction, meaning like hurting someone else, or, you know, causing unneeded drama or whatever, or causing like unneeded, being seen in a way that you don't want to be seen, especially if you're someone that like is a social person, and this has to do with like speaking to people, or online or in real life, however it is. And some of us are just not doing it because we know it's not in alignment with our highest good. Like we know it'll just pass. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's me. I know it's gonna just pass. And if I'm called to speak up, then I'll speak up on whatever it is that's been on my mind. But if I could give any advice to the collective in general, do what is it. Listen to what your heart's saying. Listen to what your heart's saying. Your mind already knows what your mind is saying. You've been in your mind so much lately, okay? We all have, collectively. And, you know, just as humans, we are very much of the mind. But especially lately, we've been very much of the mind. We got that. We know what we're thinking about. We gotta listen to this a bit more, okay? And this might bring some grief, and this might bring some pain, and this might bring some, you know, just things that need to be felt. Especially if, say, you've got like a lot of stress and anger and, you know, whatnot here. Maybe here has a lot of like heartbreak or disappointment, or, you know, things like this, and this needs to be felt. And then you can't see, but like going down to my gut, then your gut is going to be in alignment with your intuition, your highest self, and is going to be able to tell you, especially with Leo energy, it's all about the solar plexus, that confidence area, but also the solar plexus, just gut energy, is very much connected to your intuition. Like, yes, your third eye, yes. But right now, like, a lot of us are very overactive up here because we're very much of the mind up here right now. So I pray for healing right now upon the entire collective in Jesus Christ's blessed name, for balancing of all the energy centers of all of us here living on Gaia. And I thank you so much for this. Whew, yeah, we'll take a breath out of that one. But anyway, your intuition is very much connected to your gut. That's why they call it gut feeling, you know, stuff like that. So once you move down from the mind into the heart, feel it out, okay? Then, you know, let your heart speak and feel and listen to it as much as you need to, and much as it needs to speak to you, you know, like however long it takes, right? That is a mantra that I'm told a lot, however long it takes, right? There's no it's all divine timing. You can't tell me any differently. And there's no particular timing for every single one of us. All of us are on different divine timing for our own paths, our own selves. And then we'll move down into the gut and really be able to see and feel and understand intuitively what we're meant to do. So, again, it's going to be different for everybody. So if you're already feeling in your gut exactly what you need to do, then do that. If you're not and you're feeling very stressed and of the mind, tap into the heart space. If you are tapped into the heart space and you're just feeling very, just emotional, let that ride out until you've felt all you've needed to feel on this particular situation or whatever it is, even if it takes however long it takes. And then when those waters are calm, right? Waters being emotions, then you'll have enough space to, shall your mind be quieted, to the best of your ability. You'll be able to hear and know in your gut what to do. And so for me right now personally, I think I'm still in the heart space. I'm kind of like in between here. I'm trying to feel what my gut really wants to do. I've been learning a lot about outcomes for decisions that I've been contemplating making. And be that as it may, I still know everything is unfolding. So I'm just sitting back and I'm observing, and I'm just doing what I feel called to do when I feel called to do it. And so it is, and so it always will be, really. But yeah, so anyway, for those of you thinking about freaking lashing out or doing something wild, or even like in some great way of like huge self-expression, something wild, something magnificent, something big, bad, beautiful type thing, this is not saying like don't do that or anything like that. It's definitely not. Just, you have to be tapped into your own intuition. That is I don't like this word so much, but I don't know what other word to use for it, but that is the test. And if I could try to rephrase it, like, this is the opportunity for us to really trust our own guidance, our own intuition, especially in Leo season. Leos are the king of the jungle, the lion, okay, top of the food chain sort of vibes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know humans, but you know what I'm saying? And that means, a lion is not going to go and ask the rest of the different animals in the jungle for advice. The lion is going to take action on its own accord, okay? But the lion can get a little crazy. The lion can get a little crazy, a little too ferocious, a little too loud, a little too all that stuff. That doesn't mean dim your light. No one's saying that. Don't be afraid of yourself is what I'm hearing, but also, we've got to find balance in, the strength card of the tarot, which is associated with Leo, like, where it's like, sure, you're this badass lion. Sure, you could bite their head off. Sure, you could roar loud enough for everyone to hear you within a 25-mile radius. Sure, okay, you could rule this place all on your own. But also, we've got to tap into what strength really means to us personally, and what strength really is represented by the strength card in tarot, which is, the strength to, I want to say hold back, but like the strength to know, the strength to like radical softness, or radical, not even softness, but like radical peace, being loud with how grateful you are, being loud with the energy that you emote and evoke that says, I'm at peace with myself because I'm the king of the jungle, so why would I waste my energy on you? That kind of thing. I feel like that's where we're kind of where the opportunity is for us to grow in real true confidence in that solar plexus area with this energy. But otherwise, we'd be out here a little confused. So thank you, angels, for that. I wasn't expecting that tangent, so that was helpful for me. Hopefully that was helpful for you. But yeah, so Mercury and Virgo, we've been communicating pretty freaking well with one another. We've been learning a lot of truths, some that we like and some that we don't, from people that we've expected to hear truths from, and people that we didn't expect to hear truths from. We've been finding out a lot about ourselves. We've been very content with our own truths lately, like very, not in like a stubbornly confident way, but in a way that's just like I'm okay with myself and my world, and like I feel safe in what I believe in and what my truths are, and and where my life's going, where my life is, where it's been. And just coming into we've been in this much more clearer space of being able to communicate that with people that we love, and with ourselves, and with God, and whomever you speak to, the masses, whatever. But with Mercury going retrograde very, very soon, in 9 days, okay, which 9 is a Jupiter number. So this is a cause for expansion, I'm sure, as always. Sorry, I just love Jupiter, Sagittarius sun. Anyway, so with Mercury going in retrograde in its home, okay, in Mercury, it doesn't seem to, really all it ends up doing, and I'm not an astrologer. I mean, I could have said that at the beginning of this video, but if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you're already subscribed to me. But I'll let it be known I'm not an astrologer. This is, my planetary updates are planetary updates for just people who want to know. I'm an angel medium, divine channel, and card reader. So a lot of things that I'm telling you all are just simply being channeled, if not all things that I'm sharing here. But I do know what I know of astrology, and so I use that to my advantage to help carry these messages through. So anyway, so when I speak in very layman's terms, or however you'd want to say it, to me that sounds silly, like I'm just talking. I don't want to say that it's like I'm speaking in a dumb way, or whatever. I'm not trying to, all these insecurities, whatever. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's all showing here. What you see is what you get. So when I speak on these energies, and on these what these planets are doing, and give you symbolism and give you insights into what that means and stuff, I'm just talking what I'm hearing, and based on also what I know, and channeling, and we'll have some confirmation from the cards. So just in case this is the first time you're ever watching something like this from me, don't expect the same sort of thing from an actual astrologer, because they'll probably, it won't be like this at all. But if it's like you just came over to your friend's house who happens to know some things, and is a little angel medium, divine channel little baby, and they're speaking it to you the best that they can. That's what I'm doing right now during a pre-shadow phase of a Mercury retrograde. So there's that as well. Anyway, so when Mercury goes retrograde in its home, okay, in Virgo, it's really an opportunity to it's really kind of an opportunity to shut up. Alright, we're talking about the retrograde in the Mercury retrograde coming soon in Virgo. Angels, if there's anything in here for that, just show us, but I'll keep talking. Anyway, so it's really, and I don't mean that in like a bad way. It's just really like instead of being so, it can be frustrating because you don't feel like you can so clearly communicate like you had been this whole time, with Mercury being direct, aka not in retrograde. in its home, which feels very flawless communication wise. It's just an opportunity to slow down what you're saying. Um, it could be, for some, it could be an opportunity to listen more, because communication is talking and listening. And so if you have been a big talker prior to this retrograde that's coming up here soon with Mercury, on August 23rd, write it down, you may be a big listener during this retrograde. If you have been a big listener prior to this retrograde, you may be a big talker during this retrograde. So if you've been a listener prior, you may be a big talker during this retrograde. So it does bring things into balance. But for a lot of us, we have been doing a lot of balanced talking for the most part. And now it's just really a great time to just slow down what we want to say, because we're gonna want to say a lot, but not everything we want to say during this retrograde is going to be in alignment with I mean, just period. Like, it's just not going to really be in alignment. It's just going to be very, like, emotional based, and the emotion comes from the mental stress that a lot of us are dealing with right now. And so it's just about, it's being careful with your words, really. It's being careful with your words. And it's also paying attention more. I feel like we'll be paying a lot more attention to how people communicate to us and what that means. Like, just paying a lot more closer attention to, like, other people's habits and, you know, that may be close to us or not, and realizing, like, you know, maybe you don't really like so much how that person talks to you, or maybe you don't like, or you're realizing that, like, you know, if you don't reach out, then that person never hits you up, or you realize, like, you know, some sort of imbalance or some sort of, like, injustice that you don't like as far as communication goes. Thank you, angels. They're telling me yes. So that's going to be a big theme for the Mercury retrograde we're stepping into here now, is realizing, like, you know, they do talk like that a lot, or they do twist my words a lot, or they do, you know, come forward with an aggressive tone a lot, when this is and this is said, or, you know, or they do, you know, just certain things that otherwise you've just kind of not paid so much attention to, start to, I don't know, you can't not notice it anymore. And so it's going to be another opportunity, there's that word again, because I'm not going to use the word test the best that I can. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting this connection. I pray you continue to protect this connection while I channel for the collective. But yeah, it's going to be an opportunity to kind of not keep it to yourself, because it's not like trying to say, like, you can't express yourself, but, you know, especially during Leo season and with all these supermoon energies, like, you might want, there is a lot of fertile ground here for arguments that at the end of the day will be regretted, because they are very much stress based, stress as an emotion. And so just be careful with your words. Like, I'm looking at something that's written on my notebook that just says it's no use. Like, just realize that, like, observe what you need to observe during this retrograde, but also you need to understand that you're going through stuff, others are going through stuff, we're all going through this stuff at the same time. And so now that you're aware by watching this and hearing what you're hearing now, like, hold on to that knowing, to that knowledge, and understand the next time someone communicates in a way where you're just like, they do that a lot, and I don't really like when they do that, and I'm just now noticing it. Or whether it's just like the first time you're talking to someone, a stranger in a grocery store or something, and you're just like, I don't appreciate when people say stuff like that to me. Just remember, not everyone is aware to what's going on. You are. So that's your superpower right now, is your awareness of what's going on. And so you can use that to tame your lion with that strength card, right? The imagery is a woman taming a ferocious lion. So you can use that knowledge to tame your energy, and that's true strength. True strength is not, hitting the TNT thing, like cartoonistic bomb thingy, and, blowing up at somebody. Just because you're stressed and they're stressed and they're taking it out on you. If you have this awareness, which you do now, and you choose to use it for the highest good, you'll understand that the real strength is going to be in taming that lion when you start to observe things that you don't necessarily like, or receive forms of communication that you don't necessarily vibe with, or miscommunications just seem to keep happening, or communication just keeps seeming to be off with people that typically it's very fluid with. So it's no one's fault. It's just happening, and it's an opportunity to really observe. They really, really want me to strengthen that, the impact of that. They really want me to strengthen my inflection of what I'm saying when I say that. Really observe during this Mercury retrograde. They want you to be very, very, all of us to be very, very observant of communication patterns from ourselves and others, and really observant of how that they make us feel, right? So if someone ignores us for a couple days or whatever, or if someone speaks aggressively towards us, or if someone says something a certain way and it rubs us the wrong way, or if someone, stuff like this, really observe that. Keep note of it, especially if it's someone that's in your close-knit circle of people that you talk to often, because, a lot of us are now becoming aware of people that we have been close to that are no longer serving us for the highest good. So there is those lessons are still being learned at this time. But that doesn't mean to be skeptical of the people around you and stuff. Just be observant. It helps you learn more about the person. So whether that learning leads to, I actually don't vibe with this person that much later on, post retrograde, whenever Mercury's direct again, then that's where it goes. If it just leads to I realize that this person communicates a lot like this, and then you, either way, using whatever you learn and are observing in this retrograde, using that to connect with how does it make you feel, which I know sounds very therapy, stereotypical, how does it make you feel? But really, how does it make you feel when, that person phrased that certain thing that way? Or how does it make you feel that you are realizing that you carry the conversations more than the other person does, or just stuff. And using that on your own to understand yourself better and understand the connection with the person that you have, that you're speaking to, better. And or if it's a stranger, using what sorry, I'm trying to put chapstick on it, and my chapstick is empty, so I had to scrape some of it out. So to use my finger. Anyway, I'm sorry. If it's just a stranger that communicated weird to you and you didn't like it, using the knowledge that you have now since watching this to your advantage of being you know what, this is triggering me in some sort of way, and I'm going to choose to act accordingly. So whatever taming the lion means to you in that situation or any situation, that's a big mantra, is to keep the true strength is in true strength is in awareness, and then acting accordingly based on that awareness. Because not everything is going to make you not everything is going to be negative either, I feel called to say, and must say, because you might realize in communication a lot of things that you like, you know what I mean? You're talking to people and you're actually, I'm noticing I really like the way this person talks to me. In the future, perhaps I'll talk to this person more. In the future, perhaps I'll use some of how, their behaviors in my own way. Like I can learn from them, or things like this, because maybe you're not a great communicator and you know someone who is, and just be observant. Anyway, but either way, we're not out here trying to cause destruction. If you're watching this, you're not a person that wants to cause destruction. God would not have brought you here. Unless it was because you're just really freaking out and you're this close to causing some destruction, then God would bring you here because deep down you don't really want to do it. And I feel you on that. Okay, I feel you on that, trust me. So I'm glad you're here. But yeah, taming that lion, the real strength is awareness. The real strength is understanding yourself. Because if you're secure in the understanding of yourself, then you don't need to lash out at others, because you don't need to prove yourself. The lion doesn't need to prove himself. You don't need to fight or anything like this unless there's a real attack going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lion is not... a lion's going to go get what a lion wants, right? But, and a lion's going to defend themselves, I'm sure. And... I guess if you want to be, there might be a lot of earth signs watching this, or maybe air signs. A lot of air signs watching this are like, well, technically lions do prove themselves by fighting other males to be like whatever. Okay, yes, okay, sure. But we're talking symbolism here. Spiritually, symbolically. The lion does not have to be like, just so everyone knows I'm a lion, like you see it. You see it, you feel it, you know it. So that is the energy, that is the real strength, is, Mufasa energy. Mufasa energy, not Scar. Not Scar from Lion King. Mufasa energy, okay? Imagine Mufasa lived his full reign, And think about this, with that movie being brought up, thank you, angels. Even after Mufasa's passing from this from the three-dimensional world, which it's a cartoon, but into the next dimension of the beyond, even still he kept his honorable energy. He kept his he just kept his honor. He kept his he was respectable and respectful. He was helpful. He was wise, even in the beyond, when he's guiding Simba through reaching out to him post passing, everyone say that, whatever. So because I was going to say, imagine that he wasn't betrayed, but and then offed, but they're showing me that, like, that's really great symbolism for what they're trying to say with what is strength right now. With this retrograde, with all these retrogrades, but also just in general right now, during this Leo season and for the next, like, at least 3 months, maybe 3 to 4, I'm hearing, is that, sure, Mufasa was betrayed by his own, basically, and offed. And even still, did he become vengeful? Did he become... I gotta get my get back? Did he become, stuff like that? No, he didn't. He just stayed him. He was born a king. He was always a king. He died a king, and even in the afterlife, he was a king. That's the energy. That's the energy. Obviously, we're all divinely protected here. We're not, we're not following Mufasa's path like that in such a specific way. But, even those of us that are feeling betrayed, have felt betrayed, or dealing with people that are messing with us, and there doesn't seem to be any justice, and da-da-da-da, and it makes you want that lion to come out and just freaking run amok, like someone released a lion out of a zoo to just go crazy, like we're playing Zoo Tycoon and just be in insane mode with it and dropping it in a group of people. Ugh. No. We were born kings. Doesn't matter. Gender identity does not matter here, okay? We were born royalty, I'll put it that way. We are living in royalty. And no matter what happens to us, we are still royalty. it sucks because we're human, and it hurts because betrayal sucks and things are difficult. And yeah, we want to scream and talk about it and stuff like this, and find the people, find your pride, like pride as in your pack, your people, that you can share stuff with, that won't, that won't hold it against you, and you won't hold stuff against them. If you need to vent. Or also, I'm always saying, like, just remember, this, what I'm sharing here is not like, it's not a replacement for any sort of like professional psychotherapy or anything like that. But if you need that, like an actual counselor, licensed therapist type thing, there's that option as well. Find who you can really, really trust. Find them fast and anchor down, like anchor to them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. During this time when it comes to stuff like that, because we don't need to get our get back. Like, yeah, Mufasa stood up for himself and fought for himself when he was really being attacked. So this isn't about like silencing yourself and letting yourself be a punching bag. But everyone's situation is different. But overall, the strength is going to be in the preservation. One, your awareness and your self-awareness and your confidence in that. But two, the preservation of your honor. And not your honor because you need people to perceive you in an honorable way, but just because you're an honorable person. And why would you throw your honor away just to bark and bite and growl and scratch at somebody that's done you wrong? Clearly they've done you wrong because they don't respect you. But why would you throw away your own self-respect just to play their game? No, we ain't doing that. Thank you, angels. That was beautiful. All right, so I just got a couple cards for the Mercury retrograde coming up here. What they wanted to show us here. We have Knight of Wands. So, again, expect, this is a fiery card, by the way. Notice. Expect a lot of things to, happen. A lot of things that happen, whether they're happening very, very fast or just all at once or whatever it is. Expect a lot of things to happen during this Mercury retrograde on the 23rd. Expect a lot of things to come in from people. Like, this is a person, on their way to, I don't know, create something, okay? Is it going to be something we like? Not always, okay? We got the Magician in reverse here, which is not... A lot of people in your life, it's collective, take what resonates, leave the rest, are going to be flying in on their horses, okay? In a multitude of different ways. This could be people that are like romantically interested in you, or they used to be, or like y'all used to be there, stuff like that. Past people, new people, current people, also just collaborative people, just anyone that hits you up to like do things in general, like collaborative in the sense for like those of you that are artists, or like people that, have a business, or like are, work related things, but also like just friendships and people that you hang out with a lot, or people that want to hang out with you and you just never really link up yet, or whatever it is. But either way, people are going to be flying in being like, yo, I got this great idea, and you're not really going to know what to do with it all, but it is going to fly in. From a romantic standpoint, a lot of people are going to be coming in with some kind of riz, and you're, again, not going to know what to freaking do with it. Like, you don't know what to make of it, because where is this coming from? And it seems to be coming in very quickly and all at once. And so it's just going to be a lot that comes in, and that's why you're being called to observe. Being called to observe. Let me take one from the top for advice. Advice here, yeah. Advice here is Knight of Swords. Advice here is to, so Knight of Swords, again, another knight, right? Look how fast this guy's flying in. A Knight of Swords is coming in with some truth, all right? Got a message. This is the messenger, okay? So, one, hey, listen to the messenger. Hi, I'm a messenger. If you want to listen to me, I'll be doing my best to stay updating y'all when God calls me to. But also to, you know, when you don't know what to do with all this new opportunity coming in, whether it's romantic, creative, collaborative, whatever, because that's what it will be. You don't have to necessarily run back at them with some like fiery hot truth is what I was hearing. Like, I'm feeling as if like this sword like was just made. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting from this card. Like, this sword was just forged and this truth is piping hot. Like, you might want to do this. Your advice is to not fear the piping hot truth, but to feel the piping hot truth when it comes to you, when these people approach you. Because the minute these people approach you, you will feel a little bit confused. At some point, though, okay, all right, considering that you're staying as aligned as you possibly can, in alignment in alignment as much as you possibly can, the truth will hit you first, of course, because it's meant of the mind. It's of your, you know, it comes to you first. Just being aware of what it is and taking note of that. So, like, romantically, someone comes in and rizzes you up. You didn't see it coming. You don't know what to do with it. What's your gut immediately telling you? Immediately. Not your brain, not your rational mind, not your emotions, not your feelings. Your intuition. What's true? What really feels the truth? What is that? And pay attention to it. You don't necessarily have to deliver it to them, but this is almost like you messaging yourself. Like, this is your gut sending the message whoop up here to yourself. You've got to create space and some sort of collectiveness, right? Self-collection of any, you know, angry lion energy, right? That strength card. We've got to tame the lion down just enough to be able to hear this truth, and that is going to be what's most valuable from this Mercury in retrograde period. Is you're going to be realizing how you really feel about people and what the truth really is about people, even if you don't ask them, even if you don't talk to them, even if you don't talk to anyone about it. You're going to just simply know, because you're going to trust your intuition. This is your opportunity to trust your gut's truth when it hands it to you. The minute these people step forward with this, I'm hearing fake magic, you know what I mean? Like, especially when it comes to romantic people, or people that are fond of you or whatever, coming in with like some something, and you're just like, it's tempting, surprising, but what is it really? And only you can know this. And that's your call. Your call is to receive the message from God, from within yourself, one and the same, and from perhaps any readers that you follow or anything that just seems to really resonate. Don't ignore that stuff, okay, during this retrograde period. And you don't have to speak to these people. You don't have to speak to these people. You don't have to tell them what truth you know. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm not going to advise you to do anything. I'm just going to say you don't have to, okay? The greater gift here is the knowing, and then that way, when Mercury stations direct again, you can move forward and be proud of yourself that you didn't fall, quote unquote, for anything that that was actually false. Don't fall for the false. Trust the truth. Don't fall for the false. Trust the truth. And you will know the truth. You do know the truth, and it will be shown. It will come in, okay? Hot and fresh, right from your intuition straight to the mind, and you'll be like, third eye wide open. I see this. I see this crown wide open. I know what's going on. And then you'll act accordingly. And it might be annoying. It might be annoying because you don't know what to do with it, right? It might be annoying because you don't know exactly what to do with all of the stuff that's being thrown at you from other people in all these directions. But you'll at least know the truth and just hang in there, okay? The truth is knowledge, and it's a lifesaver, and it's gonna save you a lot of strife in the long run, is what I'm hearing. And it will feel like a long run. See how this horse is running? but it's going to go by quickly the more that you can retain what you're learning from the truth that's being revealed to you from God and the angels and these situations, so, and other people. So awesome. Thank you, angels. This is going to be a longer video than I thought. I'm just letting you know my camera's on in case you didn't want to be seen, Mom. Okay, so with that being said, it's almost station direct, okay, but Venus is retrograde in Leo right now. So when it comes to our confidence in our connections in regards to love, mostly romantic love, but this could be love on any front, but mostly romantic love, okay, is what I'm going to channel here right now. When it comes to our confidence in love, we are questioning a lot, but it feels good because we're learning. So it doesn't feel so, like, scary, but we are wanting more answers than we can receive right now. And, you know, that seems to be a recurring theme for just the human condition. But we are wanting more answers than we can receive right now. Because things have to cook. And events have to take place. And planets have to do what the planets have to do. And God's got to do what God's got to do. And you and everyone else got to do what they got to do. So you're going to be wanting to ask a lot of questions. Going to be asking God a lot of questions. You might even be getting a lot of readings done, or reading for yourself if you do pull cards for yourself, or journaling, or some sort of expression or something to kind of get you through, you know, maybe chatting with a lot of friends about what they think about this and that. But just understand that with Mercury retrograde coming here soon, it's going to be harder for friends to understand what you're saying, and it's going to be harder for you to understand clearly what your friends are saying if you are bringing things up to them in regards to, like, romantic related things, because there is a lot of resistance happening in the romantic world right now, but it's for good reason, because it is helping us go in individually and ask ourselves what we want from certain people, and just what we want in general, yeah, but especially those of us involved with certain people, like, you know, whether you're in a relationship or about to be or want to be, or in some sort of stage of relationship with someone, or crushing, or, you know, whatever it is, crushing on a person or something. Like, it's making us go within and asking ourselves about what we actually want from a real connection. And I feel like a lot of us are really awakening to wanting a divine connection in love with a person. Not exactly like casual vibes so much anymore, which a lot of people are still using for their own purpose, and everyone's on their own timeline. But a lot of people, I feel, in the collective that are watching right now, that I channel for, those in the collective that are called to my channelings and whatnot, I guess is the way I can say it, are actually really looking for something that's divine. Like, they're kind of done with all the lames, quote unquote, is what I'm hearing. And that's not to belittle anyone, that's just to say, like, you know, ready for something real. And so this is a great time during this Venus in retrograde that we've been spending really understanding what we want and when we want it, because I feel like a lot of us have thought for a while that we've wanted a certain thing, and now that's been changing. But also if be that as it may, regardless, we've been thinking that we want it at a certain time, and that's been changing. We've been realizing, like, oh, maybe I know what I want, but maybe I'm actually not exactly ready for what I want, and I'm starting to see what would make me feel more ready for that sort of thing, or I'm starting to see that I am ready to surrender it to God and that timing that God has for me, or realizing that I'm more ready than I thought I was. Like, I've been pushing this stuff away, and really I'm actually more ready than I realized. So there's, you know, take what resonates and leave the rest, but there's just a lot of realizations coming to the individuals in regards to love and like divine counterparts, and, you know, that a real connection in love. A lot of things are just coming to light about what it's like we've been creating this this like vision board, but like on the inside of like what the ideal partner looks like for us and what the ideal relationship looks like for us. And it's like we had to kind of make a lot of adjustments to previous to the previous vision board we already had created prior to this Venus retrograde in Leo. But it feels so good in an unexpected way because of the fact that it's in Leo, because it's all about what we want. It feels good to not have to think of compromise. It feels good to not have to think of what I want isn't out there. Like this Venus in retrograde in Leo energy is like very much like I can have exactly what I want, and I want exactly what I want. It's not stubbornness, it's just being confident that you deserve the love that you want, and also you are doing a lot of studying on yourself about what love you feel you deserve, and you're being enlightened right now about what kind of love you deserve, and it's bringing a lot of realizations to what kind of love you don't deserve, in the sense of like, oh, I don't deserve to be treated like how this person treats me, or stuff like this. Or maybe even for very few of you, maybe you're realizing that you've been taking some connections for granted, and maybe you feel as though you don't deserve how good that person has been to you, and now you're seeing it, like things like that. That's for very few of you, but yeah, so it's just giving us a lot of insight on what we want in love. I know she's not ready to lay down. She's trying very hard to lay down, but she's not getting comfortable. But I can't force her. So, and that might be a message for someone. Anyway, so yeah, so there's that, but it is coming to an end soon, quote unquote. It will be stationing direct on the 3rd of September. So it's not super close, but it's not super far. But just let this time play out as it is. Keep observing how people communicate with you, and in regards to love, I'm speaking on right now, with this Mercury retrograde coming up. And just keep creating that vision board within your heart about what the perfect partner looks like for you. And when those insecurities pop up about if you feel like you don't deserve the perfect partner that you're designing, realize where that stems from. Again, if you need professional guidance from a licensed therapist or something like this to work through traumas and things like this, take advantage of that if you can. But also, journaling helps, support groups help, and support groups could be, anonymous ones, or support groups could be online ones, or support groups could be trusted friends and family. But just understand that communication is not going to be at its finest right now. So you are going to have some times of feeling like you're just going through this on your own, but be aware that you're not. We're all going through this in our own certain way. Angels, show me. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're all going through this in our own certain way. So you're not alone, and don't be embarrassed if words just seem to fail you or whatever. Literally just holding presence for your loved one, and or a loved one holding presence for you is going to be enough for a lot of you. And pay attention to that. When you find out who those people are, keep those people around. Yeah, so with this overall energy on the bottom, this is so close. Okay, so close to coming to an end here. All right, you've been working so hard on this when it comes to preparing yourself for that divine counterpart love connection that you deserve and so desperately want, quote unquote. But yeah, you've been working so hard for it. It's not like you've been desperately wanting it but doing nothing. You've been busting your ass, trying to be prepared and ready and deserving of this love. And you were born deserving, but there's just layers and layers of limiting beliefs and things like that have told you otherwise, and you've been busting your ass on removing those, but also busting your ass on removing what is what does a divine relationship in love look like. You know what I mean? Like, you get to define it. With it being in Leo, with Venus retrograde being in Leo, it's all about your ideals, your vision, what you say goes. and you're realizing that a lot of the things you thought you wanted really didn't come from you, or a lot of things you thought that you were bad at in relationships didn't really come from you, was stuff that was told to you, like stuff like that, right? And all of this is coming to an end very, very soon. Not only is the retrograde, Venus retrograde, coming to an end soon anyway, this is just confirmation of that, but you know, all this hard work is coming to an end, and you won't have to like bust your ass any longer on this very, very soon. You're almost done. I want to know what's sneaking out of the bottom here. It's definitely, things have changed. Your world quite literally feels like it's been upside down. Also staring at this upside down lion here, but yeah, you've been feeling like, you know, world's flipped upside down. I'm kind of hearing like a song lyric, but I can't hear exactly what it is. But something about, you know, your world being flipped upside down. And I'm so sorry that I'm rubbing my eyes on camera, and scratching my nose, because my nose gets itchy. The eye thing had nothing to do with the channeling, but my nose gets itchy when I channel. Anyway, it's coming to an end soon, so don't give up, alright? You've done it. You've made it back to the village with all the 10 wands that you were supposed to set out to go get. You've done so well. You're so close. You just have a little bit more ways to walk with all that quote-unquote burden that you've been carrying, but you've learned so much. It's just wisdom that you've been picking up along the way, and just more, and now you just got to take it back home. You know what I mean? And by home, I mean like back to reality. Oh, there goes, you know, I don't know, Eminem. Anyway, Eminem also, there's a card in my toy box deck that is Eminem's, which is a Divine Counterparts card, because it's two M's that match and they are together. So again, you're bringing this all home for your divine counterpart. Who it is and when you'll be in union with them, it remains to be seen. Okay, that's different for everyone. We can do more readings on that in the future, when it comes to collective stuff. If you want a personal reading, let me know. But yeah, the all this treading through and searching and compiling and, you know, holding it all together, quite literally, you know, you won't have to go through this again, in this way. You've just got to go through this for now, because this is growth, baby. And we also have, we have 3 of Wands in reverse. So this is, you know, going, I mean, I'll just show you. My Roman numerals, I get so whacked out on. Okay, so we have 6 of Cups, with 3 of Wands in reverse. This is literally like what was just said. Thank you, angels. This is basically just confirmation of what was just said. You literally have just been, instead of looking outwardly, you've been looking inwardly and reflecting on a lot of nostalgia of what you've always wanted in a partner. Look at these two. They're so cute. What you've always wanted in a real, true, divine love partnership, counterpartship, but also using this nostalgia to, you know, picking up what you want, you know, what you may have had at one point, or what you have always wanted that you've kind of just kept in the forest of your heart, so to speak. So you're just picking up one wand after another, because you're like, yes, okay, so this wand is, I want them to be this sort of attribute, this sort of characteristic, this sort of whatever, you know, these are all, you know, things that you want out of your divine counterpartship. And either how the person is, or just what the relationship is like in general, or mixture of both, whatever. And you've been kind of tapping into the past instead of looking outwardly and looking far and wide for this person. You've decided to look inside yourself for this person, because you are trying to find out who you are. Okay, this is non-gender specific, but this is you, and this is who you're ready to come in to court you. And look at the awe on their face, like, wow, it's really you, like, wow. But this is a nostalgia card, right? There are children here. You know, you've been thinking about past relationships or past things, and what's worked, what hasn't worked, but also what you've always wanted since you were a child, and what you don't want since you were a child, or what things have you been taught when you were a child, and now you're like, why was I taught that? I've never wanted that. Like, I've always been seeking that, and I low-key actually don't want that in my divine counterpartship. Like, I don't believe that that's in alignment with me. And you've just been figuring that kind of stuff out. And now, you know, all your hard work is going to be paid off. This person will come through with something beautiful to give you, which is connection. Which is connection, devotion, love, romance, all that beautiful stuff. When Are they coming in? Who are they? Remains to be seen, but just know that very, very close. But in the meantime, keep going within, and if you haven't done this process, this is your note to do so. Keep going within. Stop looking far and wide for everybody. Stop, going on a million dates a week because you're going to run into them at some point. Take some chill time, some within time, some reflection of self time, and think about things like that. Think about things like how was just said, Tap into the past a little bit, We don't want to stay in the past, but the past is research for us. The past is a history book for us to kind of take things from. And so go into your own past, see what you want to use from there for the now and the future. Just find what's useful there. And forget the rest. I mean, you can only carry so much, and don't limit yourself to how much you want to bring with you from the past when you do your deep diving and decide, yeah, this, you might end up carrying more than you realize. You might even be carrying things that you didn't realize that you are going to want in a relationship, divine counterpartship moving forward, but you do realize it is that important that you have to bring it with you. And just know it might be a heavy load, so to speak. Get your mind out of the gutter. And that's just me talking to me, or maybe you, I don't know, both of us. So, but know that all of it's important. Everything you're bringing with you is important. This whole process is important, and you've got to make it back home. You've got to make it back home to your divine counterpart who is also searching for you, or waiting, wanting, wishing, manifesting you. So understand that as well. And you won't have to go through this again, okay? Not in this certain way. I'm going to try to take my sweater off. Get your mind out of the gutter again. Sorry. I'm how I am, you know what I mean? Anyway, because it's hot now. It was cold when I woke up, and it's hot now. All right. Let's keep going. We're an hour and some in. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hopefully that was good. Anything else on Venus retrograde? Keep going with Venus or move on? Okay, I'm going to keep going with Venus for a little bit. And then we'll move on. Right. Oh. Yeah, they did say there was 2 more cards, and then 2 just came out, so. Alright, so what else before we move forward? Okay, yeah. So, yeah. You're realizing that things that were once, some of you that are actually in relationships that are ending, and this could be like committed relationships or just situationships, or someone you've just been talking to or dating or seeing or flirting with or whatever. Some of you are realizing that it served its purpose and it's not, there's no passion there anymore. So that's been a little troublesome, or you will be realizing that soon. And a lot of you have been, again, this is more confirmation that, like, y'all are kind of done with the options thing. Y'all are kind of done with, like, I don't want to look at a lineup or, like, swipe on an app of 1 trillion people anymore and, like, pick what one I think I might want to find out. Like, I don't really want that anymore. I don't want it anymore. And that's fine. It's actually quite a beautiful thing to realize when you're on a path of finding your divine counterpart, because divine counterparts don't show up that way. They find you when you find you, and they find them. So right now, find you, go within, find yourself, find what you want, who you see in your mind's eye. You know, even if you're with somebody, but it ain't going the distance, or at least you don't feel that way. Manifest in your mind, with yourself, journal or whatever, the ideal relationship, the ideal person, and you'll either see changes in your current relationship that will turn this card right side up, which is awesome, amazing, passion, and all that goodness, or you will manifest a brand new person into your life. Could even be for some of you, someone returning from the past that you haven't spoken to since you were younger, or something like this, and then y'all just are like, hey, wait, we have something here, don't we? Something like that. That's for a few of you. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of realizations of what is not working anymore, and I don't really like these games. I don't like these games. I don't like just tossing a coin and seeing how this date goes. I don't want that anymore. I really just want to enter a room and my divine counterpart that's been forged for me, and more about that forging word, that's been literally forged for me from the cosmos, to be sitting there in a chair with a smile, so excited to see me because they've been looking for me too. Like, that's the energy that this Venus retrograde in Leo has been showing a lot of us, and we deserve that. But we've got to also first do the work by telling God who we're looking for. You know, it depends on your belief system, because in a way it's like there is someone for all of us, right? But there's also people for us for at different times, right? At some point, this person that you might be with or have been with or whatever was for you at that time. And, you know, that was your choice. And now you're rethinking your choices, and you're realizing, I'd like to choose differently for myself, for the highest good of all. Because if you're staying in relationships that aren't going anywhere because of the way that you feel, or just because it's just not, it's for the highest good of all if you do the brave thing and realize what you do want, ask her what you want, and then they'll take steps accordingly toward coming into alignment with what you've been asking for, that's ready for you next. Hopefully your divine counterpart, but either way, a new, fresh connection in love that means a lot, regardless of the longevity or whatever of it, and it'll show up. But you've got to try a little tenderness. Is what I'm hearing, which I think is from Shrek. That's very interesting. I think Donkey sings that song. I don't know I know it's a song, but I'm hearing it the way Donkey sings it in Shrek. Anyway, so yeah, it's very introspective, extremely introspective, and extremely maturing is what it feels like. It's very mature. You know, even with this childhood nostalgic feel, it's very mature attitude here when it comes to love that we've been shifting into collectively. And it's gonna take time, but you know, just keep your eyes on the prize, and whatever has to go, you'll find that out. No rush, and whatever has to be stated or be said or be prayed for or whatever, you have all the time in the world to do that, is what I'm hearing. Anything else on Venus? One off the top for advice, they say. Yeah. Again, there's more answers that we want that we can't have right now. We want to pull 100 million cards. We want to ask every person on the planet. We want to ask God. We want someone to make it make sense. It just doesn't make sense right now, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with the fact that you won't know until you know. But hold on to what you can find out and can know, which is based on your personal little mini time travel into your own past, into your own wants and desires in regards to love, and hold on to those, like we were seeing with the 10 of Wands. Hold on to them and carry those home, baby. All right, keep carrying them till September 3rd, and even a little further after that, because there's always a post-shadow phase for like 2 weeks after. But you know, well, you're so close. We're all so close. Okay, so thank you, angels, on that. I like that. I like it. All right, we have Mars in Virgo. Mars in Virgo right now. Okay, so yeah, so that's why we have we've been a bit we don't want to be talked to or treated any less than how do I say this? Like, when it comes to arguments or potential arguments or aggression or potential like opportunities of like disagreements, or like being, you know, someone offending you, or someone being aggressive with you, or you being that way towards them, or something like this, like things that are very much anger based. We'll start there. We are not accepting behavior that disrupts our personal peace. So, with that being said, we might be wanting to retaliate. We've been able to communicate concisely for a while until this Mercury retrograde pre-shadow phase in Virgo that's happening right now and about to station retrograde soon. So it is going to be hard, even if you wanted to like lash out or whatever. You know, we're taming the lion, because real strength is in self-awareness and in our own, you know, our own self-respect and our own self-honor. But even if you wanted to, you might just slip on your words and not even feel satisfied with what you're saying, to be honest. So I'm just gonna let that be known. When it comes to forward motion in like doing things, getting things done, like a very masculine energy of like getting shit done. We've been very like consistently I don't want to say relaxed. Consistently faithful with it. Like, yes, we have been a little anxious because of all the very, very high energies that we've been experiencing with the supermoons and the A8 portal and stuff like that. But we've been pretty faithful that whatever it is that we're doing, even if we're doing it slowly and step by step and brick by brick and all that good stuff, we've been very faithful that what we're doing it does matter, and it is resonating, and it is turning into something, even if it's not right away. For those of you who have struggled with this energy, that would be why. For those of you who want very, very quick results from the things that you're doing and the things that you're building brick by brick, you want them to go faster. You want someone to just show up with an already made castle and plop it down in your yard instead of you building it brick by brick. That's why you're feeling that way, because that energy is not attainable at this time for the collective, period. I'm not going to even make any exceptions. It's just not attainable right now with Mars in Virgo. We've got to appreciate the process. We've got to appreciate the patience of things and the now of our experience in creating things. And we've got to just learn we're learning the value of being present. And those of you who don't want to be present and just want things to just be done and successful and boom, that was easy, that's not attainable at this moment, regardless of the Leo energy that we're in. So I understand why it can be very stressful, because all this Leo energy makes us want to just like be an instant celebrity overnight in whatever form, whatever way that means to you, you know. But this takes time. This takes time. What we're working on takes time, even more so right now with Mars in Virgo. Mars is entering Libra on the 27th, though, I will say, of August. But let's go ahead and see what these cards have to say. So overall, yeah, we want it to happen so fast. We want it to happen now. We want all the things that we're doing to happen now. We want the beef to be settled now. We want to call someone out now. We want to be recognized now. We want our success now, our money now. It's my money and I want it now. We want it now. But listen, it'll come through the moment you appreciate the now. You're not getting it now because Mars is in Virgo, and you need to appreciate the magic of now. You need to appreciate the magic of being in your own personal peace, your own personal flow, and how beautiful every single aspect of what you do is, and how important every single tidbit, tiny little detail of what you do and what you want and what you're building is. Okay? You're building a building, let's say, out, like I said, brick by brick. You are looking at these, you are called to look at the bricks so closely and notice the tiniest little ant crawling on it, and how important even that is for whatever reason. How important the cement or whatever it is that goes in between bricks, how important every element of that is in order for this to even be a thing. How beautiful it is that you are using your God-given appendages to build such a thing. Everything that you have, be grateful for. Everything that you are, be grateful for. Everything that's right now, be grateful for. The minute you're grateful for it, okay, it's coming into balance. What did we say? What date? August 27th. Mars is going into Libra. That's all about balance, okay? Everything's going to be balanced out. You can mark my words, okay? I don't even kill. You can mark my words. By September, late August, by September, everything's going to come into balance and come in very fucking fast. Just like how you've wanted it. But for now, we've got to tame the lion. There it is again. And not need to be like so full speed and ferocious about what we want. Like, yes, harness that in your creative self. Like, want it so bad that you're not going to give up. But don't give up because it doesn't happen fast. It can't happen fast. I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now, it can't. And if I wasn't feeling that directly being channeled to me point blank, I would not say it like that. It cannot go fast right now. It can't. I'm very sorry. But also, you're going to be so much more happy when you get the balance received to you from all your hard work come Libra season, when Mars goes into Libra. Very soon, sooner than later. You're going to be so glad. And you're going to have learned so much along the way about being grateful for what it is that you're actually doing. And being grateful for right now. And being grateful for God. Because the more that you can be brave enough to slow down, bravery in the lion, Leo season, the more you can be brave to slow down and let it be slow. It's not going to be slow forever. Goodness gracious, let's breathe, collective. Because some of y'all, a lot of us, we get trapped in this thought of that, like, the things that we're feeling, we're going to feel forever. No. When you're in math class, yeah, you don't really love it, but you're not going to be in math class forever. It's going to be PE, it's going to be gym when the bell rings. Okay? Bell hasn't rung yet. Bell's not rung yet. And that's not going to resonate with everybody because I know some people love math, some people hate PE. But you get what I'm saying? Do you get the symbolism? Thank you, angels. The angels get it. Thank you. You're gonna just wait till the bell rings. You just got to sit there and make the most of it. Even if that clock is just going so fucking slow. It can't go fast right now, baby. I'm sorry. And this was peeking out, so I want to know who's behind here. Yeah. You're not being grateful for what God's giving you. You're not being grateful for the time God's giving you. You're not being grateful right now for, like, for the things that you could so much be grateful for. Even the smallest thing. I'm grateful that I have air to breathe. I'm grateful that I have even one tooth to chew my food with. I'm grateful that I know how to say any words at all. I'm grateful that I found one penny. I'm grateful that I just be grateful. I'm so glad that I have the hands to play like a piano with. I'm so glad that I have the skill set to be such a smart marketer. I'm so glad and grateful for everything I've learned that's made it possible for me to do the things that I do right now. I'm so grateful that this comes easily to me when I'm doing this creative thing or doing my work or whatever it is, being this parent or, parenting, stuff like that. I'm so grateful that I am capable of doing this. And every little thing becomes so much more magical, so much more sweeter. So much more to behold is what I'm hearing. And so allow it to be slow. Wait till the bell rings, and all the balance will come in fast, okay? Shall you decide to take it slow and let it be slow and be grateful for each and every motherfucking thing in regards to your things you're taking action on right now, okay? Even in relationships as well. All the little tiny things, even if a relationship's not going as fast as you want it to, it's going at all. You know them at all. They know you at all. Be so grateful for that. Be so grateful for that. You know, thank you all for watching. Thank you, angels. It's not over. I'm just saying. Just wanted to say thank you. And it'll come into balance the minute, well, with Mars transitioning into Libra. But for some of you, it may come in even faster the minute that you do surrender, let go. Y'all, if y'all know me, you know my word is surrender. Love that one. To letting things be slow and being grateful for every little tiny little inch of it, every little delicious morsel of it, okay? And or it will balance out surely. Mark my words, you can. Mark my words, you can. It will balance out in Libra season. When Mars is in Libra. Come the 27th of this month. And September moving forward. You know, I'll check back in if I need to. If I'm called to. I'm just saying. You'll feel the shift. You'll feel the shift. You'll hear the bell ring. And that energy will go, oh, thank God I'm out of math class. All right, anyway. Let's go play basketball. You know, it's PE time. It's gym time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to shift like that. And you're going to feel it. And the cards don't lie. The angels aren't lying to me. I'm here telling you as clearly and concisely and truthfully as I can. And my shirt is inside out. Just notice. Kind of looks cooler that way, though, to be honest. All right. But we do have some cards here before we move forward. Yeah. You're not liking the pace of your work right now. Like, you're not liking that what you're doing doesn't seem to be as fruitful as you're hoping. Yeah. And you are not paying attention to your, like, you're blaming it on rationalized things and not on the fact that this is an emotional issue here. You're blaming it on, like, oh, well, I just need to do this more. Oh, I just need to be more consistent with this. Or, oh, you're blaming it on all that. No. You need to understand your heart space is not in alignment with the gratitude that it needs to be for all you've already done and all that you're doing. You don't need to put the pedal any more down to the metal. You couldn't if you tried. I'm telling you right now, you can't go faster than you're going right now. You can't. Right now, okay, typically, collective readings, they're timeless, And maybe if someone in 5 years is watching this and for some reason there's a message in here from you, that's possible. But right now, what I'm telling you right now, with Mars in Virgo until the 27th of August, you cannot put the pedal to the floor anymore, even if you tried. It's already slammed. You can't go faster than that. And yeah, you're like going like 15 miles per hour or even slower with your foot all the way down on the gas. You're not even out of gas. You just simply cannot go faster than that right now. You can't. It's nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with the car. It's God. And do you want to go? Do you want to go fucking with God? Do you want to with God? I don't. I'm going to be like, you know what? So it's slow right now. So we cruising. Let us cruise. Because I trust God. And the more you trust in what's going on, the more you know it's for the highest good. It's for your protection. And it's for something to come into, like, some sort of enlightenment for you moving forward. So that when this comes into balance, you get the full reward that you deserve. So be brave with that Leo energy, that Lion energy, brave enough to feel. You're stressed out because this isn't going fast. How's it make you feel? Don't tell me you gotta do this more and do this it's nothing to do with your work, like your work ethic, and don't tell me all this stuff about logistics and data and no. Why are you so stressed out that it's going slow? Talk to yourself about it. Talk to somebody about it. Talk to God about it. Why are you so pressed about it being slow? If I could confirm to you right now that you trusting God will propel you into a beautiful, very, very fast wave of abundant flow come Mars transitioning into Libra August 27th, and in September sometime, if I could assure you that you'll get what you're wanting flowed in really fucking fast, okay? 8 of Wands is fast as fuck, alright? It's volcanically fast. Would you slow down right now and be grateful? Because you don't need it faster than that. You know why? Neither do I, but God does. You don't need it fast right now. Mars is not in Virgo for things to go fast. Mars is in Virgo for things to go efficiently, and also with gratitude and with precision and with faith and trust that you will get back what you give. So stop putting your foot through the floor of the fucking car. Excuse my language. Thank you, angels. Sorry, angels. Appreciate your love anyway. And thank you, Jesus, and thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting this connection. I pray you continue to protect this connection while I channel for the collective, and thank you, God. Stop putting your foot through the floor of the car and let it be slow. And if that aggravates you to be slow, you've got to tap in, babe. Counselor, support groups, friends, journaling, talk to yourself, something. There's always something to know if you're getting bothered by especially going slower. A lot of people are they need everything to go so fast. And there's a time for things to go fast. If Mars was at home in Aries, we'd be zooping and zapping and getting all crazy. We'd be going crazy with some fastness. But it's not. It's in Virgo. So why are you feeling uncomfy? And it's okay to feel uncomfy. I'm not saying, like, why are you so uncomfy? Like, yes, we're all kind of uncomfy with a lot of stuff right now. But if you're feeling overly uncomfy with this, you need to tap in to how that feels and talk about it. Or at least acknowledge it and feel it. Boom, period. Thank you, angels. At least acknowledge it and feel it. Some of you aren't even taking the time to acknowledge or feel it at all. You just keep trying to rationalize it and making it about your work ethic and how things just aren't going right, blah, blah, blah. Look at this. You want it now. Like, you're on the right path. This is confirmation that you're on the right path. You're not doing the wrong career. You're not doing the wrong thing. You're not creating a bad project. You're not at the wrong job. You're not on the wrong path. It's a major arcana card. You are divinely on this path. And you've got sometimes, in the Chariot, things is forward movement, right? And in other connotations, it can be very fast forward movement. But this is just reminding you that even if it's going slow, it's still going. Even if the car is just pedaling at 3 miles per hour or less, and you're just going, it's still going forward. So don't get your whole team and your company together and berate them on ideas on how to make shit better right now, because it's not anybody's fault. Mars in Virgo, it's not supposed to go zoom. It's not supposed to. We're enjoying the ride, and we're making very choice decisions, and we're making very faith-based decisions, knowing that we will receive back what we give, knowing that we are abundantly blessed, trusting God that this slow time will be gone, will be pushed in no time, will be balanced back out in no time. The slow time will be balanced in no time. August 27th, you mark my freaking words, please. So I'll tell you one thing. When this card came out, I saw it this way. When it landed in my lap, it was in reverse. So I'm going to talk about two different things here before we move forward. This is you stacking your coins. This is being patient. This is hella Virgo energy for me as a reader. Okay? You're stacking your coins. You're not overspending. You are, this is advice as well I'm getting. You know, to not like super overspend or anything right now. Just again, let things be slow. If money's coming in slow, then live accordingly to that. Doesn't mean like, but then when we had this, right? When I saw this in my lap, at the end of the day though, if it would help you feel better emotionally with this King of Cups, okay, in reverse, because King of Cups in reverse, he ain't feeling good emotionally. He ain't talking about his emotions. He ain't tapped in with his emotions. If it will help you tap in a little bit to spend a little money on something that would help this emotional self of yours here, because this is who needs help right now. Your business doesn't need help and all that stuff. All that stuff's going to come in time, right? It's just, it needs time. It needs time. It's your head and your heart that needs some love and some new investment. Okay, you need to invest into this right now before Mars transitions into Libra. That'll make things a heck of a lot easier. I also feel called to say hell of a lot easier, which that's not my... That's just... It's for somebody. Don't be afraid to to invest on something. It's going to help you feel better about the slowness right now. And that could be, you know what, I just want one day where I get to buy my favorite sushi or my favorite meal or whatever, even though it's not like the best financial idea right now because things aren't coming in super fast work-wise and money-wise, but it would make me feel so much better. It would elevate my energy. It would help me connect with my emotions. It would heal me in some sort of way to do so. Just this one day, just for one day, you know, whatever it is, depending on your situation, then do that. Even smaller scale, you know, you just love this $1 little, I don't know, it's a $1 little pen that has or a lighter or something that has like a cool cat, and you just are like, you know what, I don't need to be spending $2.99 on a lighter that has a cat on it, but it would make me so happy. It just would. Then do it. Don't be scared. Know your situation, okay? The strength here is self-awareness. The real strength is self-awareness. Be aware. You're aware of your situation. Be aware of your situation. Act accordingly to it. But don't be afraid to use a little bit of your money to make yourself feel a little bit better during this time, because I know you ain't feeling very comfortable with it. But understand, give it to God. Allow it to be slow. Don't be afraid of anything you spend not coming back to you. Don't overspend like a crazy madman because, you know, of course you want yourself to be safe. Unless for some reason your heart and intuition says, you know what? Put it all on red, baby. I don't know, but I'm letting you know right now, there is no quick wins. There is no quick fixes right now. This is all about precision and thoroughness and faith, trust, and with Leo season being here as well, confidence that what you do will be balanced out and will return to you, you know, all at once in the most magical, freaking awesome, amazing way. Some of you may be even making like some sort of 8 of numbers or 8 of money or something once this shift happens from Mars and Virgo to Libra late this August. You know, some of you may be like suddenly $800 of sales, or suddenly, you know, something like this, right? Believe in that. Surrender to the slow. Know that you're still moving forward even if it's not as fast as you want it. You're still moving. Be proud, be grateful. Be proud, be grateful. Proud with the Leo energy, gratitude with the Virgo energy. Empress, everything I want comes to me with ease. I don't have to push, baby. And the birds and the bees and the butterflies and everything that's just so small yet so important and so beautifully magical in their own freaking ways surrounds me, and I notice that and I love it, and it makes me love life more. That's what you need. You might hate bugs, but use that symbolism in a different form. You get what I'm saying? That's what you need. Every little bit is beautiful. Okay, you want me to move on? Thank you, angels. All right. So, can we know a little bit about when Mars enters Libra? Okay, they said you already said it, but take 2 from the top. So, when Mars enters Libra, what we got? I cannot make this up. Guys, people, humans, earth angels, are you joking me? When Mars enters Libra, we've got the why can't I count? We've got the 8 of Pentacles. I've been seeing this card a lot and saying 9. Anyway, it's fine. Unless I'm stupid. Now I feel like I can't count again. No, this is 9. Lord have mercy. I'm fine. I'm not embarrassed. I'm fine. Like I don't know what 8 of Pentacles card looks like. I don't know why. I've been pulling a lot of cards. I've been seeing lots of 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles and in my brain, when I see this, I'm like, is this 9? I don't... Excuse me. Anyway. Again, trust yourself, because second-guessing yourself is just going to make you look embarrassed, like me. But again, let's restart. I cannot make this up, because this is a 9 of Pentacles, and I was right. Okay. God. Anyway. 9 of Pentacles, this is you. I got it all. Just cut it there. Modest Mouse song. But they say most. I got it almost. No, just cut it right there at all. I got it all. I got it all. I got it all. Pentacles are all about money and finances as well. Abundance. In a financial way and other ways, but we've been talking money a bit here. Abundance. Mars transitioning into Libra August 27th. I told you to mark my words. I told you. Their words through me. The angels' words through me. You can't get any more clear than this. You're going to be self-sufficient financially. So if you knew this, because now you know, can you let yourself be slow now until it comes here? Can you be grateful for what you have now until it comes here? Can you let your foot off the frickin' gas? Because it's happening. It's happening. This is what you'll get, baby. But also, we've got some conflict. I'm not sure if everyone will be very happy about your success. Mars moving into Libra also means superficial arguments. So we're not going to get too much into that because we're not there yet. But just be aware, you will be in your bag. You will be fine. You'll be like, woo! That math class, quote unquote, Mars in Virgo, was long. But it was worth it because I did what I was called to do. Lexrayangelica channeled some messages that made a little bit of sense at least, and I surrendered, and gosh, I am living my mother freaking life. Even this bird loves my life. This bird loves... Even this bird loves my life. It's hanging out with me. That's how good my life is. My life's so good that this bird wants to hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? Birds got better things to do. My life is so good that this bird wants to hang out with me. And I got all these. I got this lush garden of grapes behind me. I got it all, baby. I don't need anything. I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing financially. I'm set. I'm set. And I'm lit. And when it's up, then it's stuck. Kind of vibe, okay? But Mars being in Libra, Mars being a little aggressive, the ram, can bring a lot of superficial arguments. Maybe not a lot of people are going to be happy about your success. Maybe a lot of people are going to think that they deserve credit for your success. Maybe a lot of people are going to be thinking that you did something, shady for your success, or they're just mad that you're in this and they're not because they didn't watch this video and they didn't get their insights from me or from anyone else that could have given them to them, and that's just them. you know, so expect that. That's fine. They're going through their own thing. I'm not saying everyone in the world needs to have some sort of channel or reader to help guide them through. Some people don't, and some people do. But the point is like, things are channeled to us all the time through things we hear, things we see, the things we feel, people we talk to, stuff like this. And a lot of people ignore that. So if anyone in the world was telling them, hey, they're talking to their grandma, and their grandma's like, baby, take it slow, just slow down. And they didn't listen to grandma, but you listened, and they didn't, and they're mad. So be aware of fresh conflicts or old beefs coming up to rise, or unexpected beefs for really just petty, superficial ones. They don't mean much. Like, look, she's chilling even though this is all happening. She's just like, y'all just fight over yourselves then. I listened and trusted in God and in my birthright to have riches and abundance overflowing. I'm good. Y'all can just be doing that. That's fine. She's not even looking at him. You know what I'm saying? She's just like, la la la, I'm in my world because I did this, and God did this God did this for me, and God showed me what I needed to do, and I did what God needed me to do, and I'm co-creating with God, and look how blessed I am. And the gown is popping. You know what I'm saying? The gown, it must be just made out of freaking gold and silk. You know what I'm saying? It is elegant. Wearing gloves. Don't even want the bare hands out unless it's on the money. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Anyway, so people gonna be arguing and fighting about superficial stuff. It won't last. It will just be a sight to see, is what I'm hearing. But you don't even want to look at it. This person's literally looking away, like, I'm so involved in my success that I really don't care what y'all are mad about. Period. So that's just a little warning there. Anything else about this Mars entering Libra? Okay, let me show. Oh yeah, okay. They just want me to remind you again that things will happen quickly, quicker than you think. So keep your eyes peeled. Thank you all for watching. I know we're at 2 hours now. I don't know how much storage is on my iPad. I'm worried by saying that it will do storage full soon, but I'm just gonna keep going, and hopefully we can get this all in one video instead of me having to piece it together. Okay, so I should check my battery, but that's fine. All right, what we got next? Jupiter's in Taurus. Jupiter is in Taurus. Yeah, we've been really expanding our faith big time. We've been really expanding our trust in God providing for us. Period. That's really easy. I mean, that's cut and dry. We've been really, really, really leaning into, sometimes against our will, it feels, into God has us. God's going to provide. And when I say God, the universe, however you want to phrase it, okay? Just a higher power, source, huge source of everything that is larger than me, creator, all this, these words fit somehow, meaning the same thing in a certain way, provides for me. And all I gotta do is enjoy what I'm doing, enjoy myself, enjoy my time, and not overthink about if what I'm doing is right or wrong, or just surrendering to, more of that Empress energy with the Taurus there. Also, it's been uncomfortable for a lot of people because the need for control and the need for being like, oh no, now this messed up and how am I going to fix this? Because not feeling like God provides for you. But it's this huge opportunity to just full faith believe in full confidence with the lion that you are provided for. God will make it work out. And with things going slowly with Mars and Virgo, it's adding a little extra of that, like, what? How is this going to work out? And oh my gosh, it's taking a long time. And how much longer is it going to take? Trust. calm. That's also a lion, right? Think about the lion in Wizard of Oz. He was not courageous. He was very worrisome. It's taming that lion too, okay? It's not always taming this lion that's like hot-headed or ferocious or, cocky or whatever. It's also taming that lion that's like, but what about this? That's a lion that we can claim lives within us as well. Taming that with the strength card energy of Leo season as well. We tame that lion and we say, yo, man. We pass them the hypothetical spliff and we be like, God's got us. It always works out at some point. It does. It's not always the outcome that we expect, but it always works out. So just and let yourself expand with that Jupiter, right? Jupiter being in Taurus. Let yourself expand into that, stretch into that. Literally my back cracked. Stretch into that energy. And for some it's easier than others. Okay? Again, I'm a fire sun, fire moon. So me getting comfy in a very, very still, earthy energy is extremely refreshing to me. But after a while, I get a little freaked out. I start being like, it's too quiet, it's too still. And other people may have similar, it depends on what your aspects are in your chart, but in general, but either way, if this is an energy that you're struggling with, you see that did that piece of dust look like a heart for a second, or is that just me? Anyway, what was that? If you're struggling with this energy, thank you, angels. If you're struggling with this energy, of just leaning in and expanding into, I have the right to allow things to happen and allow things to flow towards me and allow myself to take my time. Yeah, it's very peaceful Taurus energy. It's not even like super stubborn. Now, when it comes to ideas and big ideas, there might be like this stubborn energy about your big idea, okay? Like if you just have this really like big, like zoomed out view idea of something, that Taurus energy can make you kind of be like, listen, this is how I see it. I don't know why y'all aren't seeing it this way. This is how I'm seeing it, and this is what it is. So might be a lot of that going on as well. But for the most part, collectively, it's just really nice. It's really nice. Once you surrender to it, it is so nice to just be like, I'm expanding regardless because God's providing for me and I'm co-creating with God. So therefore, again, with the Mars and Virgo, things moving slowly but still moving, like even if it's quiet and simple and not a lot going on, like the more gratitude you can have for that, understand you're expanding even if you're not putting extra hours in at the gym, putting extra this into that, putting more energy into this and da, 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 da. You're still expanding. You're actually being called to let yourself grow and stretch and expand into this energy of everything flows to me, yes, God. You're being called into that. And if that makes you uncomfortable, or at least at some point makes you uncomfortable, just reel yourself back into it. It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna get a little anxious sometimes and be like, nah, there's no way I'm allowed to just chill this hard and I'm still progressing. There's no way. I gotta do more. I gotta do more. No, you don't. No, you don't. Take it slow. Take it slow. We can check back in because there'll be some changes soon. But Jupiter's going to go retrograde in Taurus on September 4th. Let that be known. So that's going to be an opportunity to understand a little bit more about why you're uncomfortable with your faith of expanding by just allowing God to give to you and provide for you without you having to like chip away at the same block every day and like, you know, basically revolve your life around being a machine instead of being a receptor and manifester that receives. You put it out there, the angels hear you, they go get it, they bring it back. And they bring it back faster the more that you trust and let go. The more you're wondering where the frick it is, the more you're wondering why you don't have it, and then you get all sad because you probably don't have it because self-deprecating thing this and this problem and da-da-da-da takes longer to get back to you. Full trust, full faith, full breathing, full stretch, full surrender into knowing what I say I want. Angels heard me, telling God gonna give it to the angels gonna give it to me. As long as I just keep living my mother freaking life and being grateful. That's very hard for people, a lot of people in the collective. A lot of people in the collective, at least the collective that, you know, are more commonly watching my videos and things like this, y'all understand this process. But a lot of people are just now awakening to this. That, like, that's an option. To just trust. We'll get a couple cards before we move forward. Yeah. But yes, the retrograde for Jupiter won't station retrograde in Taurus until September 4th. I'm not sure if that makes us in the pre-shadow phase period yet or not. But if you do start to feel more discomfort about, okay, you know, so you start to think things like this, like, okay, I've been trusting, I've been manifesting, I've been saying what I want, I've been patient, I've been just chilling, but now I'm scared, like, am I supposed to chill anymore? Because it's kind of taking a long time. Again, Mars and Virgo, supposed to take longer than you think. It's supposed to go low and slow, so it can be precise. And with the Venus retrograde in Leo, supposed to go within about what you want. Like, a lot of orders are still being taken right now. The angels are still listening to a lot of us to give that for us to give them our order. You know, like they're doing a coffee run for us. Like a lot of people are still placing their orders, right? So we've got to do that work. But also we've just got to chill and let go. Put those back or keep them. And yeah, so if we are in pre-shadow phase, we are starting to kind of question a little bit, like, oh, is it coming? Because I was trusting, but now I'm like, oh, is it going to show up? Did I mess up? Oh, no. We're on path, baby. Don't question. Don't question. Look at this. Page of Wands. Okay, this is in regards to Jupiter being in Taurus right now. Page of Wands. We've got some really great ideas since we've been chilling. We've been chilling in this Taurus energy, expanding our minds and relaxing and not, like, using our minds to over freaking work on things that, in regards to, like, creative things. We've been kind of just, like, having really good ideas, right? That's a really great thing that's coming of this, and this is something that you can have. Shall you surrender to the energy of Jupiter being in Taurus? Let go, let God, relax, I could say, but also just exist. Just exist. You can be sad and just exist. You can have emotions and just exist. You don't have to be in, like, full zen, whatever. It's not about that. If you can, then heck yeah. But it's just about existing, being a person and knowing that it pans out, it works out. And in doing that, really great, fantastic aha moments, ideas, especially creative ones, have come to mind. Or even, with this segue here in front of me, even with romantic relationships. You know? It's like, with all this letting go, it's been like, whoa. I kind of stopped searching. And now this person found me, or I found this person. And we're seeing a lot about divine counterpartship divine counterparts coming into union or awareness of each other or manifestation of each other, at least in some stage of the sort. But yeah, we've like realized a new love for life, but also a new like God-given opportunity to just like a God-given love interest, as in like a person that could actually be for someone specific or some of you specifically, that God is handing you a page of wands. This cutie creative person that is also a potential love interest here, because there's a lot of like, it means literally God handing you the opportunity to connect with someone in a romantic way. But also what I'm seeing here is just like when you lean in to this surrender to the divine of this Jupiter and Taurus energy and allow yourself to expand in that peaceful, grounded space, so many ideas are coming to light. So much that you love and so much love will pour out from you into Gaia, but also God will be handing you even more love, right? You'll just have more love for things, more appreciation for things and for people. They're saying yes, thank you, angels. And so if and when a love interest comes in, it will be no question that it is a divinely guided encounter, and not just like some karmic stepping into your life, but only because you'll be so in sync with Gaia. You'll be so in sync, Gaia meaning Mother Earth, so in sync with God, so in sync with yourself, so big in this world, but appreciative for every little tidbit of it, which is a recurrent theme here. It gets a lot sweeter. It's beautiful. Yeah. No more lack mindset. No more lack mindset. I have a tattoo that says abundance mindset only. No more lack mindset. You're just like, you know what? I'm provided for. I'm provided for. God has not forsaken me. I'm not out here in the cold wondering how nice it would be to be in that person's shoes, or have that person's partner, or have that person's job, or what that person's bank account looks like. That I'm not worried about that. I'm provided for. What's mine is mine is mine is mine is mine, and it's God-given. And God's not going to give me something that ain't love. God is love, and love is real. Woo! Goodness. Jupiter. Love you. Just love you. King of Wands in reverse. Yeah. So this is like, again, this is the surrender. This is the not so much having like this hubris or whatever you call it about like, I'm in control here with creation. It's me. I got to be doing something. It's instead a very curious page where you're just like, God, what are we to do today? What are the wonders of today? What can we make of today? Because I know whatever I do, I'm doing it with you, and it ripples through the ether, and it will return to me in some way, in the form of love, in the form of something overflowing my cup, so that I can give back to Gaia, to the collective, to the world, to myself, to all that I love. I lack nothing because I have you, God. I lack nothing because I have you, Gaia. I lack nothing because it's my birthright to have all that I need and then some. And more. That's the trick. A lot of us are becoming okay with not lacking anything and that we have everything we need, but still a lot of us are learning that we are worthy of having even more and all that we want. Need is for survival. Want is for, even further thriving. So that's another lesson here. For some of us, we're going to have to, do a lot more surrender of control here as far as creation goes, like how we're going to create abundance in our life and this, and that. I'm staring at this lizard. So lizards may be very, very important to you right now. Also, there's a lion on this chair. It's upside down, but again, more Leo energy. A lot of us may have to, are going to face a lot more surrender needed in order to receive not just what we need, but like the things that we have otherwise in the past told ourselves that there's no way that can just simply come to me. Like, there's no way that I can have that sort of life, or that miracle, or that car, or that type of money, or that, stuff like that. We've got to really release those limiting beliefs and believe in God so much that he's bringing it to us overflowing. It's not just a cup of water, it's flowing so much. He's not just going to give us what we need. He's not just capable of giving us what we need. He's capable of giving us everything that we want. So long as we are grateful for what we have, so long as we are trusting in God, so long as we are doing the work to let go of control and let go of a mindset of lacking. Period. Bottom Page of Swords. Yeah, gonna have to get real curious about your own truths about yourself. What do you believe about yourself that holds you back from receiving this God-given blessing of love and overflowing abundance of love for life, romantic love, whatever you want, emotional fulfillment that just is so, it just makes you feel so blessed, what God's bringing to you. What are your truths? And all of them. And look at them. Like, what do you believe about yourself? Look at all of that. Write it down. Say it out loud, whatever. Look at all of it. Listen to all of it. Feel all of it. What actually is true, and what actually is telling you that that you don't deserve things? What is keeping you in a mindset of lack? Got to work on those things. And when Jupiter stations retrograde, I guess that's going to be part of the work for when Jupiter's in retrograde, is looking a lot at your truth. Thank you, angels. And what is actually true, and what is actually something that you were told that created fear, and that you believe about yourself, and really it just blocks your blessings. Because there's so many blessings waiting for you. So many. What you want and more. What you need and more. Thank you, angels. Yeah. Again. With this Jupiter stationing retrograde in Taurus. Sorry, the light's starting to change. It goes... sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. I was looking at Uranus for a second. Sorry, Jupiter. Jupiter goes retrograde in Taurus in September on the 4th. And, things will be speeding up in your life in a lot of ways. And things will be basically knocking at your door, like the volcano is ready to erupt. But when we saw that Page of Swords, you've really got to start now. I guess that's why they were really showing that. Is like, start now with asking and questioning and learning and listening to what your inner beliefs are about yourself. Start now and start scrapping the stuff that's lies, scrapping the stuff that's holding you back from being the recipient of all the beautiful glory, emotionally fulfilling love and everything that you want from feeling good in life, that you can imagine. Like, anything that's holding you back in a lack mindset kind of way because of something that you believe about yourself, or that something someone told you about yourself once upon a time, and you've just always held on to it, whether when you were a child or something that was traumatic or whatever it is, right? Start now, and then the retrograde will go by a lot quicker than you realize, and also the blessings will be knocking at your door. Maybe not necessarily receiving them during the retrograde. Depends, okay? Some yes, some no. Maybe a little bit slowly here and there. But it will help you through the Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. It will help you through it. And it will make it feel like, it's going very faster. Which is nice. But also, your blessings will be literally like knocking at your door by the time it stations direct again. And pretty sure Jupiter will still be in Taurus when the retrograde is over, and that is literally the energy of like, it's the planet of abundance, and Taurus is associated with like the Empress card and tarot and stuff like that, like I already mentioned, which is all about being abundant and receiving. And so prepare to receive. And we saw the Nine of Pentacles earlier as well, with Mars transitioning into Libra. So lots of blessings coming through. Y'all think it's over. It's not. Y'all think it's over. It's not. And I'm not judging y'all, because I'm a human too, you know what I'm saying? But y'all think it's over? It's not. So let's talk about this. We're talking about the retrograde here. Yeah, you're gonna have to, they're gonna have to basically rip out some pages of that book that you call your you. There's a book that's you, and it says things about you, facts and whatnot, but you're gonna have to tear some pages out, make some edits, because that's not the rule book anymore. You're going to have to change your own rule book on yourself, because a lot of the stuff in there is false. It's no longer, it doesn't resonate anymore. It is not the rule, it's not your rule book anymore that you need to go by. That you need to go by. Also, I was feeling like go buy, so maybe there are like some self-help books that you might want to go buy that will help you with this. That's interesting. That might be for someone specific. But yeah, you're gonna have to tear out some pages of the old orthodox whatever book of yourself, because a lot of that stuff in there is garbage, is what I'm hearing. Because people have told you what you're capable of and what you're not, and you know, bad things about you, good things about you, you get in there, you decide what's the real, okay? And if there are things that are negative, that are resonating and real, you gotta heal. When you find those things and they're real, and they aren't super awesome, brilliant things, but you are kind of like, well, yeah, that is kind of true. Heal from that, okay? So that you can make a new truth out of it. Yeah, you've got to do this. A lot of you might be having to do this alone, which is good, because you're the only one who can really get you through this anyway, because it is all about you and how you feel about you. Someone can look at you and think that you're the most talented, you know, awesome, whatever person ever, but if you don't believe it, you're not going to receive the, you know, what it is that someone can even see you receiving. You know, someone's like, oh man, what you do, you're going to blow up, you're going to this, you're going to that. If you don't believe it about yourself, it's not going to happen. If you don't think that about yourself, it won't happen. It won't happen. And if it does, you won't be grateful for it. And it will take you into a new opportunity of learning in some other way. But either way, it's best to go through this on your own. If you need, you know, professional support, then of course. But this is about, like, you know, getting collaborative with people on something. You're not going to collaborate on what your truths are. We're in Leo season. We're feeling ourselves, confidence. I'm punching my abdomen area right now very lightly. I'm just like, da-da-da-da-da. Like, we are getting confident with us. We're getting to know us, ourselves. We're not going to hit our friend up and say, you think I'm good at this? No, we are deciding with this Jupiter in Taurus energy, and then it going into retrograde. The whole point of Jupiter going into retrograde in Taurus, one of the huge points that I'm seeing here, if not the point, is to get to the bottom of who you think you are. Who you really think you are. And it's okay if it's not like a super great thing that you think you are. That's the point. Because then we work on that. We work on it. So everything that's waiting for us can come in. Boom! 8-fold, 10-fold, you know? Volcanically, beautifully. Trusting God, trusting we're provided for, trusting that we're worthy of abundance, letting go of lack mindset. But that only happens when we see how we actually feel about ourselves, who we actually believe we are, what that book in our heart or whatever says. Maybe it's in our gut even. What does that book say? And edit the crap out of it, or study it at least. Go over it for a while. Write new truths in there that are current, okay? And get rid of ones that just they don't make sense. Someone called you a bad name at some point and you know that stuff's not true, immediately scribble it out. Something in here says you know, aren't the best at cooking or something. It depends on how much you care about cooking. If you don't care about cooking, then scratch it out. Who cares? Don't cook then. But if you care about cooking and you want to be better, then heal with this. We use it to heal. We learn how to cook better. And then a new truth is in here where we can write, I'm a pretty good cook. Or I do my best when I cook. You know, whatever. Things like that. And with that being said, there might be some truths in there that just need to be reworded. Maybe it says, you know, maybe someone called you selfish or something. You could rephrase that into like, I am doing my best to be grateful for what I have, who I know, and who I am. And, you know, rephrased. You know what I'm saying? Or, if that's just blatantly wrong, scribble it out and write, I love who I am, what I have, and who I know. You know what I mean? Because whatever's the truth is the truth, and you're going to know. But you got to be the one that opened the book. And check this out. More Libra energy, okay? So a lot of this, Libra was going into, or Mars was going into Libra the 27th, so it'll be in Libra when Jupiter goes retrograde. So this Libra energy is going to be very helpful for this as well, from Mars, in bringing truth to light and balance, right? Because not all of us, we're perfectly imperfect, you know what I'm saying? We all could use a little work, and we all are just fine as we are. Jason Stevenson says something like that. It's not the exact quote, but something like that. So Mars will help you with this, right? Because Mars is very action forward energy there. So Mars will help you with this in September during Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus. But yeah, because that Libra energy is there. But yeah, this is a major arcana card. I mean, this is really about bringing truth to light and the justice that is your inheritance of blessings that have been waiting for you, coming in as you deserve. Something behind this is trying to peek through. I just want to know what it is. Yeah, because right now you don't think you deserve it. Right now you emotionally don't feel self-sufficient. You feel like you need approval and validation from others. And you've got to get past that for your blessings to come in. That's got to become into balance. And this Justice card is going to do just that. But you've got to take the time alone to figure out what are these limiting beliefs, as we would refer to them as, and fucking edit the book. Edit the book so God can help you and give you this overflow. All right? And again, finishing it off with a Knight of Pentacles, this is where it's heading you. This is literally an offer of something, something of monetary gain, some sort of financial offer, some sort of new job, promotion, a whole new career, a whole new, it could even be in regards to love. It could be like someone just offering to, or if it's not romantic love, it could be someone offering to like sponsor you or like help you get on your feet, or like help you start the thing that you're wanting to start, you know, like donating to you, or like wanting to back you financially because they believe in you, kind of thing. And a lot of you think there's no one in the world that would actually do that. That's wild. But you've got limiting beliefs telling you that. You don't know. You don't know if that's something on your like greatest wishes of all time. Like, I wish someone would just come into my life and just like back me up and help me get the things that I'm trying to get. And I wish God would just send me that kind of angel. You know, see those videos where like someone just like goes to a random person and asks them some random question, and then all of a sudden like hands them $5,000, and you're just like, that could never happen to me. That's a limiting belief of yours, because it very well could, if that's something that you want. If you don't care about that kind of thing, then you don't care about that kind of thing. But stuff like that, things that you want, anything that you want is possible. Anything. All, you know, any and all blessings, offerings are at your they'll be showing up at your door because you deserve it, because your karma is being balanced out, and this is your piece of the pie of all your hard work of being a good person and doing what's right to the best of your ability. And God is ready to give an overflow in your life. You've just got to work on those limiting beliefs and rewrite who you are. You might literally have to write it. I'm listening too. Thank you, angels. I'm gonna have to take some of this with me as well. A lot of this, not all of this, obviously. I'm gonna have to watch this a couple times probably. But when it comes in fast. I'm hearing an Incubus song. When it comes abrupt, and it feels like trading brains with an imbecile. Oh, I forget that part. But when it comes abrupt. It's just like shakes up the whole thing. Hey, I saw what you do, and I'd like to donate X amount of money. And you're just like, oh, that's exactly what I need for this thing I'm working on. God did that. God does provide, you know, and you take that trust and you keep going and expand that trust more. Jupiter's all about expansion. Keep on growing. Don't you stop. Keep on growing and don't you stop, okay? Thank you, angels. Anything else on this or move forward? Okay, told me to keep going. I kind of want to see one more card, I just feel. Okay, yeah. So you might need to face some fears about being seen. And that might be something that is challenging for you when it comes to your dreams coming true. Maybe a lot of your dreams that you have involve being seen, whether it's on social media or just in some way, you know, expressing yourself or being seen, right? And Jupiter is all about very much creative energy and expressive energy as well. You might have to, even if your career doesn't really revolve around like being a face for anything, you know, maybe you just make little knitted sweaters on Etsy and you don't think it's a big deal to like be seen or something. Maybe that's something you need to become more comfortable with. You know, take what resonates, but like maybe that's something you need to become more comfortable with in order to generate more blessings and surprises like this, is to let yourself be seen. You know, because there's people looking, there's people watching, especially like on social media type things like that, that will be like, oh, you know, there's something about this person. I have a vibe about this person, and I have money I'd like to give this person, or I have something of value to give this person, and I'd like to give this person, you know, opportunity, money, whatever it is. And you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. You know, singer is gonna get hit up by, you know, Lizzo, and boom, bop, bam. Didn't know that was gonna happen. Or hit up by record labels that are huge, you know, stuff like that. Or also being seen in public. You might want to, you know, instead of ordering your groceries online, maybe you go and shop, and then you run into that person that's like, you know what, I'm gonna buy all your groceries, whatever you want today. Anything you want, I'm gonna buy all of them. Blessings. Believe in blessings. Do you believe in magic? You have to. I recommend it, I'll say. I won't say you have to, but I recommend it. I recommend it. All right. Let's talk about, thank you, angels. Let's talk about Saturn being currently retrograde in Pisces. And it will not go direct until November. So we're chilling in this energy for a minute, and I don't know when it did station retrograde, but I imagine it wasn't super recent, but don't quote me on that because I don't know when it went retrograde. But yeah, Saturn being retrograde in Pisces, we are... I mean, we're taking our individuality to another level by using how we process emotion and how we process experiences in life. And keep this or put it back. Put it back. Okay. Yeah. Like, sorry, I was on a roll and then I got distracted. We're taking our individuality seriously. We're realizing more about who we are as an individual based on our emotional data, and how we perceive life and how we perceive events in life and how we perceive things that happen to us and around us. And it's just an opportunity for being okay with the fact that if you see a dog get offed, so to speak, in a movie or something, and it makes you cry, but the person next to you couldn't care less, it's like that energy of like, instead of feeling embarrassed, you just own that. Because that's how you perceive and process that experience. And those are the emotions that you are processing in that experience. And not just there, but with spirituality as well. You as an individual in your own personal spiritual practice, shall you have one, or, spiritual practice is not anything specific. It's literally whatever it means to you. And this is about accepting what that is to you and not judging yourself for it not looking like other people's practices, but also not judging others for their practices, right? And so again, with the other symbolism about you're crying over the dog that got in the movie and the person next to you is not, you're not judging them because they're not crying about it, and you're not judging yourself because you are crying about it and they're not. You know what I mean? You're just honing in on what makes me from the most purest, softest, realest, highest aligned version of me, and fearlessly claiming that. Courageously claiming that, not fearlessly. It still has fear every so often because it's hard to be yourself sometimes, That's the big advice that everybody wants to give each other. Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. And the reason why we always give that advice to each other is because we always all forget. Because we always push it away collectively because we're always a little afraid of it. But this is like a really great, thank you, angels. They're talking. They're saying I'm talking right now. Thank you, angels. With the pre-shadow phase, and we still spitting. Thank you, angels. Couldn't do it without you. And thank you all for watching. And thank you, God, for my life and for me and everything. And thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting this connection as I channel these messages for the collective. And thank you, my ascended master, Jesus Christ. And thank you all who love and watch over me from the light. And Archangel Michael, I pray you continue to protect this connection while I channel for the collective. And I pray you protect the collective at this time. And I thank you in Jesus' blessed name. So, just honing it in, who you are. Who you are. Every freaking molecule who you are. And it's going to be a lot more helpful too as you dive deep about who you are and your truths about who you feel you are, right? Because you're going to start to realize that with the cards that we pulled for Jupiter being in Taurus, and with the retrograde in Taurus, Jupiter's retrograde coming soon in Taurus, you're going to be learning a lot about who you are and who you've believed that you are, but also who you actually are that maybe people don't see. And when they showed that Hermit in reverse card, you might have to show, you're going to have to start showing, I'm coming out is what I'm hearing. You're going to have to start showing who you really are. And that is bringing balance into your life and blessings into your life, because you're finally, not fearing. You're not fearing you. And if you're not fearing you, you're not fearing God. And if you're not fearing God, the door's wide open, baby. And blessings come in. And when I say fearing God, I mean like fearing if he's capable. If I say he, I don't just use the words that feel best for you, but I always say he. You're not worried about, will he provide, will he come through, will he do this for me, will he protect me, will he be there. You aren't afraid, you just trust. You're not afraid of yourself, you trust yourself. You're not afraid of God, you trust God. Floodgates open, overflow your cup. That direct deposit, just bling bling bling, sales, opportunities, blessings, all this good stuff. But yeah, being completely okay with who you are, and also being completely okay with being seen as who you are. And it's not about like telling everyone your secrets in the whole world, and it's not about like being the most open, most in your face social media person, or social in real life person, or anything like that. It's just about being okay with who you are so much that no matter what circumstances or things or people or events or whatever happens, at the end of the day, like, you're not gonna allow yourself to be made to feel ashamed or embarrassed or anything because of who you are. You're actually, and with Leo season right now, the confidence thing, you're actually becoming so confident in who you are that, you know, maybe for the first time ever, if someone teases you about I don't know, I'm one more personal thing, I guess, because it's just a good symbolic thing for now. But someone teases you because you talk too much, instead of being like, sorry, you're like, you know what? I do like to talk a lot because I have a lot to say. And I enjoy traveling through my mind through words and getting through that path that I need to get through to get to the point that I need to make. And that is me. And sometimes it is a little imbalanced, and sometimes it is based on maybe some sort of attention deficit issue or something, or anxiety, because I do have anxiety. But no one can make me feel bad for it anymore, because that just happens to be a characteristic of me. And if it's in alignment with who I am, and I'm just a talky person, then I'm just a talky person. And if someone next to me is not a talky person and they don't like it, then we don't have to be next to each other. You know? And compromise is a thing with people you love. You know what I'm saying? Vibe is a thing. Reading the room is a thing. Those are all skills. But also, who you are and how you perceive the world, and what your emotional intelligence is, and what your core vulnerable things that make you are. Don't be ashamed of those. You saw a lizard and you just loved that lizard so much that you just needed to talk about it for like 30 minutes. Then that's how much you love that lizard. And if someone says lizards are dumb, why'd you talk about it that long? You don't feel bad for talking about the lizard. You know that that's just something that meant something to you. And no one can take that away from you. And no one can make you feel ashamed for it. And if you gotta use context clues with the Mercury retrograde and hearing how people communicate with you, and be like, man, actually this person does not seem to give a fuck about who I am, because all they do is tease me and ridicule me and da-da-da-da, then you gotta use that information moving forward. Because there are people that will appreciate every single bit of you to the best of their ability, and you them. You know? And there's always some sort of compromise. There's always those people that we create some sort of compromise for. You know? Also because we're not always gonna appreciate 100% of everyone at all times, all the time. Because we're human and things fluctuate. And sometimes we're tired, and sometimes we're grumpy, and sometimes things misfire, and da-da-da. But your core self, your real self, if people are bullying you for simply just being you, and all the nuances that just make you you, and you're getting bullied for that, and it's not in a fun, silly, roasty, consensual, roasty way, and it's really just people being mean, they can have that. Bye. Because you're becoming confident with who you are, and with everything that makes you you, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, in the highest sense of your highest self level. And if people don't get it, they don't fucking get it, and you don't have to make them get it. You just gotta keep being you. Period. So right now, with it being Saturn retrograde in Pisces, we're learning this right now. We're taking the time to develop and envelop ourselves in this, okay? And it will remain retrograde until November 4th. So, some cards about this. We've got a Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this is, it feels like, you know, it's tough. It's a little tough. It's not quite like, you're not standing on your pedestal yet. You know what I mean? You're not just like, this is me, and that's why you shouldn't try me, because I'm so confident in me that you can't bully me into a corner. Like, it's not like, you know, you're not quite there yet. You are, again, looking more so within rather than asking around, which is hard. Okay, it is difficult because you know, with insecurities being brought up, because Leo's very confident, but also Leo's not in alignment can be very insecure. So that's why these insecurities are a big theme right now, and it's great for our healing. So we have to be grateful for it. Thank you, God. Okay, we're healing from this, and we're gonna be stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Mufasa, right? So I just keep bringing him up. I just feel like shouting him out. He just is so noble right now. Like, it's just such a noble energy to bring up right now. Anyway, you're not quite, you don't want to really look at what everybody's doing, which is typical Saturn energy. You don't really want to look at what everybody's doing. You want to think about what you're doing, but you're not exactly, you don't exactly feel victorious about it just yet. With like no aha moment just yet. Like, you're kind of just still doing the research, which is fine because we're in the retrograde. So by November, there will be lots of aha moments and a huge relief of, you know, probably a life-changing aha moment by November when it stations direct. But for now, it's just like learning, data, research. Saturn always gets me feeling goofy. Yeah, and you're realizing what people don't appreciate about you, and you're realizing what you have been taught to not appreciate about yourself. You're realizing that there's so many special little unique things that only you have, because we're all unique. We're one of one. I have it written on this thing in front of me all the time. We are one of one. You know, past lives and all that stuff, regardless of all that, this body, this person, this mind, just as I am, one time. In this physical lifetime, one time. On this blessed earth, one time. Exactly how I am. Same for you. Where souls go and come back and all that stuff and da-da-da-da-da-da, that's another conversation. But that body, that mind, just as you are, just this way, right now in this timeline, in this lifetime, on this blessed earth, one time that way. Once. Uno. One. So you are realizing through all this introspective stuff that, you know, and this is also feeling like some bullying vibes here as well, where it's like you're realizing what you've been taught to not appreciate about yourself, but really, like, that's a God-given thing that only you have. You know? That's just something unique about just only you, that only you have. And you're going to be learning how to appreciate that again by going within and not looking outwardly for validation on that. Validating yourself. Validating yourself. Especially with the Jupiter going retrograde in Taurus. Like we said, those limiting beliefs and all these things that we've been taught, we're learning what those are. Shall we follow that guidance? And, you know, editing the book of who we are. And making it true, as truthful as and present and current as possible, in alignment as possible. And this is also part of that as well with Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Judgment in reverse. Yeah, a lot of you will be realizing that you have denied a calling from God, maybe in career or something. Like, you really always wanted to live in a certain area, or you really always wanted to do a certain thing, or, you know, some sort of goal, some sort of something hasn't passed you by, but like you, for a lot of you, you know, I mean, there's still time, there's always time, but some of you, there's more time than others, is what I'm hearing, for getting exactly what you want, but also believe in magic, believe in miracles. But for, you know, most of the collective, it's like realizing that, like, I pushed this away because I thought that was something dumb about myself, when really that was my little unique cool thing that could have brought me to what I really, really wanted in my life. And, you know, it's ageless, but like I feel like especially a lot of people older, like I'm feeling like 50s and 60s that are realizing this at this time during the Saturn retrograde in Pisces, it's going to cause a lot of grief, because you're going to really start feeling like, you know, again, like I heard like passing you by, like it really passed you by or something. But this is an opportunity to really, you know, come to terms with that for your own good. And you can still follow your calling in some way. You just got to talk to God about it. Again, some of these feel very specific, and if you are wanting something like a personal reading on something, you know, to do with your particular situation, please let me know. But otherwise, just take what resonates and leave the rest. But generally, a lot of younger people as well. When I say younger, I mean like, you know, below those ages that I mentioned. Not that 50s and 60s isn't young, but you know what I mean, just below those ages. A lot of people in that age group of the collective are just realizing that, like, I'm stalling my calling. There's so many rhymes today. Thank you, angels. It's so fun. I'm stalling. I mean, there's normally some rhymes happening in my channelings, but today it's just been very, like, clear rhymes. But I'm stalling my calling because I've been told and bullied and all this stuff that this God-given little funky little freakness about me was bad. And that's why I keep looking and looking in the wrong places for fulfillment, and I'm not finding it. So now I'm looking within, and I'm realizing that was fucked up. This is actually a godsend that I have these attributes and characters and whatever, characteristics and whatever is about me. Like some of you might, you know, want to be a model or something, but have always been told a certain feature or something just wasn't it. And you're realizing that is actually your godsend. That is actually what you need to you know, be a groundbreaking trendsetter, whatever it is that you want to be with that particular thing. But, you know, take these symbolisms and put them where they fit in your life if they resonate. But you get what I'm saying? Don't block your calling anymore because someone once upon a time told you that what you got that they don't got because you're the only one who's got it is like dumb or something. No, that is a limiting belief that they projected onto you. You wrote it in your book at some point in life and it's still in that book. You've got to go in there and rip that page out, scribble it out, whatever it is, throw it away, shred it, burn it. I don't care what you do with it. Just get it out of here. Jupiter in retrograde in Taurus will help you with that. But Saturn being retrograde in Pisces, that is a lot of what's going on. And then we have, lastly, look, a Ten of Pentacles. So once I feel like this is where you're heading, you know what I mean? Or at least this is what you dream about. Ten of Pentacles is your legacy. What you wish to leave behind more than anything in this lifetime, in this one-of-one lifetime, right? That has your name on it, that you did, and leaves money for your kids and grandkids, or, you know, at least some sort of legacy for your kids and grandkids, or just for you, whether you don't have kids or not, or whatever, something for your family name, for whatever. This is like everything that you would want, you know, when you're old and gray, to look back on and be like, yes, I'm not afraid of what comes next because I know what I did here. I did something beautiful, and I left behind something I'm so proud of, and I'm so in alignment with, and I'm so glad that I'm so glad that I followed my calling and did what I had to do to get here. And so this is either where you're heading for a lot of you when you decide to stop stalling your calling. Again, give it till November. We're still cooking. We're still learning, okay, with this retrograde, with this Saturn retrograde in Pisces. But also for a lot of you, this is what you dream about. You dream about this, but instead it's been like this, you know, for a long time. And you haven't been sure why, but now it's coming clear that you have kind of, it's not your, I'm not going to do like a whole your fault thing, but you've been blocking your blessings by believing in lies about yourself. When really, God's been calling you and you know it, but you've been told like, nah, I'm not good enough for that because these MFers told you that one time. And you look at other people and you're just like, why do they have it and I don't? Or da-da-da-da. But no, you can have it too. You can have it too. You can have it too. Take this time to learn. Take this time to learn about what these things are and what this calling is, or multiple callings are, that you have rejected because of fear that is based on someone telling you that you are incapable of doing said thing. I'm sorry, there's eyelash happening, and it just... Because you are capable of whatever you believe you are. And you might say, Lex, well, if I think I'm capable of flying, does that mean I can just jump off a building? Honestly, if you really believe you're that capable of flying, you might try that. I don't advise it. You might try it. But that's because you're so in belief that you're capable of that. That's why people who are on some crazy drugs really firmly believe that they have wings or something, and they do that sort of thing, and it's a tragedy. But again, I'm not to get dark, but I'm just saying, it's Saturn energy being a little off the wall. But you know what I mean? Like, you believe it, that's what it is. You believe you're meant to be broke forever, and that you're just a freak, that, you know, your dream that you've always low-key had just isn't for you because someone told you that you're not good enough or something. You believe that? That's true. Fine. You believe it? That's true then. I advise, because the angels advise, and because I care about y'all collectively, that you realize what's actually true for you. For you, without validation from anyone else. Because when you validate yourself, then not only do you get more validation from other people because they see how secure you are in yourself, but when then people show up and try to hurt your feelings, it might hurt. It depends on the type of person that you are. But it won't do this like lasting damage to you because you're so solidified in your own uniqueness, you know? Oh, Lex, you got a missing tooth, whatever. The more okay I am with that, the less people's hurtful words can affect me, you know? You know what I'm saying? We're all going through it. I hope that makes sense. They want me to take 2 from the top before we move on. Yeah, again, this card will not stop showing up. And when you realize, it just flows right in like a volcanic eruption. It comes to you so fast. This blessing, the things that you want and love, it happens so mother freaking fast. They also want you to know that life is so much faster than you realize. And so wherever you are in life, age-wise, whatever, start now. Start today. Start now. Start now. Start now. You just watch this. You just watch this, or you're watching this. Start when you're ready. God, my chapstick made my lips feel weird now. Start when you're ready, but sooner the better, really. No rush, because we're taking things low and slow, but any movement is forward movement. Think of one thing, you know? Think of one thing that you believe about yourself, just one. Every day, or every other day, or every week, but, you know, timelines are here. But, you know what I'm saying? For any movement is still movement. We're meant to be going slow right now. But blessings are going to come in fast. You are not ready for it. None of us are. Get the ready. I mean, you really can't even get ready, but